podcast.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a
Podcast.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and
Podcast.
and I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Get to the Podcast.
Happy New Year!
What? With the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino. Was that too much?
And I'm Neil Carson.
I don't know if it was too much or not. I'm happy.
Neil's got a hangover.
No, I'm good.
Neil's got
Sure?
a hangover.
Yeah.
All right, why are you backwards with the mic?
What?
He's got no pants on.
We never wear
yeah.
pants.
I know. Yeah, that's true, actually.
Well, Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's the first podcast of 2018.
Yeah, so
my
this
God.
is technically, because we started in 2017, so this is the
Yeah.
first time we're going to have a...
We've crossed the yearly threshold.
Yes, the yearly threshold.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it's all just a state of mind, but, you know.
All right. Fuck it.
Well, not really. I guess
Deepak
it has to do with the planet orbiting the sun. So technically,
Don't make it
it's,
technical.
It's
It was
a physical
it's
connection to
2018.
time. Yeah.
Make some noise. Do something.
The planet is in a different position.
Well, it has to
in
do
the
technically
solar
with the
system.
rotation of the Earth and then how it goes around and how fast it goes around.
Oh, don't do me like that, Diego.
I'm excited. I'm happy for 2018.
2018.
Oh, yeah.
So what are we doing in this episode? Because it's 2018.
There's a lot of
and,
awesome, exciting stuff coming up for us
yeah.
and in the film industry.
Yeah. We've
Yes.
got a lot of things going on and a couple big projects that we're going to be talking about in this episode. And then obviously we should talk about the year in film.
We
What
should.
we're looking forward to. I think there's a lot coming out.
I'm psyched about some movies.
Some things we're not psyched about, things we are psyched about. We should get into it. So do we want to talk about us first? So we've had this podcast, right, for close to a year now, Get to the Podcast, right? And for the last few months, we've been gearing up to launch a website and YouTube channel that we're calling Get to the Movies. Okay, so we're actually bringing Get to the Podcast. We're still doing Get to the Podcast, but we're bringing it under the umbrella of Get to the Movies, which is going to be a multimedia company. We're going to be doing basically visual content, articles. What is going on behind me? Is the wall fucking collapsing behind me?
This is the word.
Jesus.
This is the word like telling what we're doing. Like
What did you just say?
it's like
This
I
guy
don't know
wants
what to
to-
even call
this
it.
guy
is
wants to
like
take a shot.
I don't want to call it a failure because you're doing well.
I was
but
doing
shit,
fine, but this shit just
yeah,
fell.
but shit
I don't know.
starts
It was like you're
happening.
talking and all my
Yeah.
like this thing is slowly like wiggling
Neil.
down. It was like,
Jesus.
All right, so we started the podcast and we loved it. People loved it. Everybody started liking it, and we wanted to give you more. So we came up with the idea of Get to the Movies to be a mother company to
A mother company?
The mother company.
What kind of wording
What
is that?
The mother of it all.
The mothership?
Yeah, the sha.
What the?
The sound effects that goes with the cha cha cha. Get to the movies. Yeah. So
oh, I like that.
we wanted to give you guys more. So we decided to say, hey, why don't we do Get to the Movies and have the podcast underneath? Because we wanted to do more than just a podcast.
Right.
So we decided to get more content for you guys, start developing more content for the websites, which is called gettothemovies.com, and we started building it. And now it's growing.
We've been working on these awesome videos for this YouTube channel, Get to the Movies. It's like we're having a lot of fun putting it together,
Yeah.
and it's basically going to be just kind of like all this cool, informative stuff about the film industry.
Yeah.
Films that you love, films that have been around for years, or new up and coming films, and it's going to be us doing
Yeah.
it. So if you like, listen to us, it's going to be more of us doing awesome stuff.
Exactly.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
And-
it's very much for movie fans and movie likers, movie lovers.
Yeah.
It's not. We're trying to stay out of the politics of things, and this is something we've always tried to do, which is stay out of the
drama
the
of
drama
Hollywood.
of Hollywood
Yeah.
and life. We're just trying to be an escapistic
trying to
podcast, an escapist media company. Like, we're trying to create a YouTube channel and a website that is strictly about the
Entertainment.
art, the entertainment and the art
Yeah.
of
We're trying
film.
to keep the entertainment in
And that's what
to
it's
have
going to be
fun,
about. Yeah, we're
you
trying
know?
to be an escapist outlet. So it's like, yeah, we just want you to have fun. We want you to come and like not worry about things and not come
Yeah.
there for the heavy shit. Like, we want you to come and we want to talk about movies. We want to talk about the films that inspired you, the films that made you cry, that made you laugh, So we're creating these various videos. You'll see different videos on the YouTube channel. We'll have ones, interviews with upcoming movies, with the actors, with the directors and stuff like that. You'll see those, but you'll also see these larger videos we're doing, which are sort of like not necessarily top 10 list videos. They're going to be different. Some of them are going to be, what would have happened if this person was in that movie, and it's going to be kind of a look at that. Or hey, what are the top movies for this genre, or what's the top movies for this holiday that you should be watching, or stuff like that. And they're going to be these full videos that kind of get into the nitty gritty of these various movies.
Yeah.
So that's it. And the website is going to obviously have all those videos on it, but it's also going to have articles on it.
Yep.
We're going to be writing articles and getting those out there, and just keeping you informed.
We're going to feed you people. We're going to feed you entertainment stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we're about.
That's right.
Yeah. I just love it. And I love it. Right. We're leaving comments on our website so you guys can write a comment. Tell us if you like it. Tell us if you don't like it. Tell us what you want to see.
And if you tell us if you don't like it, we're going to disable the comment section. So don't worry about it. We got this under control.
Well, it just depends how much you don't like it. And it's the severity of the disliking.
I would love to have comments, and I tell you what, comment on the films on our website, and we'll read it online.
Yeah.
Not online, but we'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to read some people's comment on the podcast.
I loved Star Wars because I felt like an Ewok.
This is his impression of everybody who ever comments on anything ever.
They're always high
It's always
tone.
that same voice.
The high pitch?
The high pitch.
Yeah. It's
I don't know. I'll try something else.
yeah.
But
anyways,
I'm super excited. I mean, we've already recorded a bunch of stuff for YouTube, and we've had.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. It's fun. You're gonna hear us doing our best. Like Wheel of Fortune host. Voice or whatever. I don't know. That was the first thing that popped in my head. What's a good show that has like a really good host? Like
Don Pardo
like,
from SNL.
You say
Well, he
Wheel of
died.
Fortune, Jeopardy,
or like a movie trailer voice.
Yes.
It's like
Oh, yeah, a little
In a
bit.
World.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's a little different than that.
In a World.
Honest Trailers already has that on lock, so we didn't want to copy that.
right. Not like
Yeah, we're
not
gonna
like
also have mashup videos. Just sort of viral content. It's our Facebook, our Instagram, Twitter, all that, and we're also adding Tumblr. I think Pinterest. Are all converting over to Get to the Movies. So you'll be seeing that. It's no longer
like-
just going to be for Get to the Podcast. We're going to convert them over to Get to the Movies.
Yeah.
So you're going to be seeing more overall content.
Yeah.
It's not going to change much of what we've been putting up there, but we're just going to be doing more of it. And you're going to see links to a lot of our stuff on our websites. You're going to see the original videos. We're not going to link directly to our YouTube channel because the way Facebook works now is they kind of got rid of the native link or whatever, like where you can embed YouTube videos on Facebook. They got rid of that mainly because they're kind of starting their own competitive video platform. They've already just started adding, putting ads on some of their videos as a test thing. Facebook's trying to encroach on YouTube's territory. So you're going to see the videos natively just uploaded right to Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can check out our videos there. You'll check them out on YouTube.
And we
they'll
do have
be on
all
our
the
website.
all the podcast episodes, or a bunch of them are on YouTube.
Yeah, not on that YouTube channel, actually. We Get to the Podcast has had its own YouTube channel, and that'll probably just stay there.
Yeah.
But we do also have our Get to the Podcast embedded on our Get to the Movies website.
Yep.
There's a media player, so there's going to be a page for each episode
Exactly.
of the podcast, so you can just go on there. If you don't want to download it or don't have a way to download it, you can just go right through your browser to gettothemovies.com
And listen.
to each episode.
Even download. Yeah, you could even download it straight right there.
Yeah, so you can download the podcast right through Get to the Movies.
You can,
right through the media player on Get to the Movies. We also have, as of right now, we have gettothepodcast.com. We may or may not keep that. We're not totally positive yet because you can do it through Get to the Movies. It takes over that functionality.
We're gonna look at what makes it easier for you guys.
Exactly.
And that's always research.
Exactly. Anyways, the whole idea is just it's gonna be multimedia. It's all gonna be movie related.
Yeah.
You're gonna get articles. You're gonna get videos. You're gonna get original studio videos right from the studios. Interviews with guys, etc. And girls.
Yeah, and we
women.
we love movies, and we love doing this kind of stuff, and so we're mainly we love doing the podcast, so we're just kind of like expanding
Exactly.
into other forms of media, basically to give you guys more content. But we also selfishly enjoy doing
Oh
it.
yeah,
so.
totally.
Oh, we do.
It's really for us.
Yeah.
But we
think
love
everybody
sharing
should do
it
that.
with you.
Exactly.
Everybody should do what they love.
Yeah,
what
it's
they
just
love.
it's just an extension of the podcast, and Get to the Podcast is now being put under the umbrella of Get to the Movies. Very simple. And
Our
Umbrella
dreams are
Corporation.
the Umbrella Corporation, like
Our
Resident
dreams are
Evil.
growing. Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Ooh, can we get some of those creatures?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Meet my dog, bitch.
This guy's got like a stock arsenal of different voices that he uses for different like
It is true.
communications.
We're surprised when some of these voices hit the mic. We're like, oh shit, man, Diego nailed it.
All right, so let's get to the content. Let's get to the
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah.
2018, there's a
gonna be a big
lot
year,
of
yeah.
film.
There is.
I don't even feel like there's gonna be a blockbuster summer. I feel like it's gonna be like 75% of the year is gonna be blockbuster films.
Isn't that funny? That's kind
It
of
is
how it's
weird.
becoming.
Yeah.
For the longest times, your two popular seasons for movies were summer and Christmas season, basically
Correct,
December. And now it's kind of a lot of big films are coming out throughout the year. Spring, early
Well,
in the
there's
year,
just
spring.
So many films
fall.
are being made now.
That's the thing. There's
It's
so
just,
many.
like,
They're trying
so
to find
many.
a place to fit them in, and they know if they're big enough, like they're already have enough buzz, or they're part of a big franchise.
You know-
they'll make money no matter
What's
what.
upsetting is when like 10 years ago, like I used to be on top of movies. I was like at the theater every week watching the new hot movies, and it's like now I'm like a whole year goes by and I look back and I'm like, God, I missed that movie, I missed that. I haven't seen this. I have to like stop and watch like 10 movies in like a
I know.
3-day period just to like catch up because there's so many movies
And
that I
because
just
they're not
miss.
coming from one source. It used to be a very simple line. It would go movie theater, DVD, VHS.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that was it.
And then eventually streaming, but even
If
streaming
you-
was early on.
Yeah, that was like, if they were streaming, but
I remember,
those are
like,
the two
when
things you
Netflix
had, or
offered
it
the
would go
streaming.
straight to DVD, VHS, and that was it, and you would get it from the store, like
Yeah.
that, or the rental shop,
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
I used to go to Blockbuster.
Yeah,
or not Best Buy.
Right.
Every week just to buy a movie.
Right. So that was that. But now it's like it's all over the place. I can't track a pipeline. Like it's just
hard.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And so you'll go, oh, I really want to see that. When does it come out? Oh no, it came out 3 months ago. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck, shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Anyways, it keeps us on our toes.
And it's weird, yeah. And then prices, I mean, I don't want to be like a negative Nancy, but like, you go to the theater in the evening. It's like, I just went and saw Star Wars. It's like
$18.
It was like $24.
That's crazy. Oh, you saw it in 3D? Or
I
what?
saw the IMAX. Yeah.
IMAX 3D. Yeah. $24 for a movie.
But I was
Come
like,
on.
this is kind of.
I mean, if you're gonna lower the price of popcorn, then fine. But like, they don't do that. It's like $24, and you got to spend like $14 for a soda and a popcorn.
I mean-
it's out of control.
But it makes me want to
Yeah.
be like, should I just wait and buy it when it comes out or
They
something?
think-
or,
Oh yeah, 100%
Here's-
for me.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because they think this is the problem movie theaters have had for such a long time now. They think that by increasing the prices, they're going to handle their profit margin. Like they're going to handle the fact that they're losing business. Less people are going
That's
to the
not-
movies.
yeah.
They think, oh, we'll just up the price of tickets. And little do they know, I mean, they should fucking know this. They're driving people away. You up the prices, people aren't going to want to go as much. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like going in the evening. I loved going to the movies on like weekend evenings or whatever. I used to love doing that. Now I go on like a weekend morning because I can see a movie for like $7. And if I
Yeah.
can't make that, then I just don't go.
You know what I think? I
And it
think
sucks.
that if Netflix does come out with their theater form, it's going to change how theaters are done.
Yeah.
How pricing is done, how everything. Because I mean, I
Well, you have
agree,
this movie pass.
To me, it's like, well,
Yeah.
I know I like Movie Pass. It's great, but I think for me, paying $24 to go watch a film when I can buy the Blu-ray
Per
when it comes
ticket.
out.
You go with
per
your wife,
ticket,
you're talking
yeah,
like
it's like
$40.
Yeah, so let's say the night is over $50 already just going to the movies.
Yeah.
And my wife, I gotta take her out to eat. It's just, and now I can buy the Blu-ray for less than $20 when they first come out because they always have deals.
Right.
Yeah.
Or 4K for $24. It's kind of like, to me, pay $24
And
to watch it once.
Yeah.
Yes, there is that awesome theater experience that you.
Still the best way to watch
the
a movie.
turnaround is so fast. You used to have to wait like a year before it would come out.
So
on
then it was
DVD
worth
or
seeing in
Blu-ray.
theaters, but
And
now
now
it's-
it's like 2 months
now-
after it's in theaters,
Yeah.
it's already available.
But
on
now I
Amazon to buy.
connect.
Crazy.
Yeah, I connect it. I get the digital version and put it on VR, and I get the same theater experience. And I don't have a little kid. Mommy, look,
Yeah.
mommy.
I still don't think that's the exact same thing. I mean,
It's not.
It's fine,
No,
but
but
like,
it's close
there's
enough
still-
to me where it says
Yeah.
this value.
I will-
The value for me here is more than there.
Yeah, as long as theaters exist, I will always be going to the movies. It's still the best way to see a movie. It's never been like people are like, oh, but these great home systems and everything. I'm like, I don't know. It's still these really nice. Hold on.
There's
You
an
don't
experience.
disagree with me. I disagree with me. Okay, now theaters are.
You haven't been to the Uptown in Washington D.C. That's an amazing theater.
That's what I'm saying. Like a theater, theaters are still the best experience. Whether you go to that one, the Uptown, or you go to a newer state of the art one with like reclining fucking leather seats and this huge surround sound and gigantic screen. Just from the sake of the gigantic screen alone, the theater is the best way to see a movie. I enjoy movies in theaters, and I feel the impact of them more, and I could see, like that's why I'm not as critical of movies, because a lot of times I'll see them in theaters, and I feel differently.
Yeah.
People are like, that was trash, and I was like, I don't know, I felt it so much more. I saw the artistry that went into it, because it's this big fucking screen in front of me and the surround sound everywhere.
It does. It
It's
makes
more
it different.
immersive.
Yeah, watching a new film at home for the first time versus watching it in a theater with an audience.
Yes.
The first time, they are two completely different experiences.
Oh yeah,
They're similar,
the
but
social experience is. I think it's great. I agree with you. There's a theater experience that you cannot get at home.
Yes.
That social, like everybody's there together to watch the same thing. The communities come together.
if it's
to
a
watch this
comedy,
one.
everyone's laughing.
Everybody's
if it's a drama,
laughing.
everyone's crying
Yeah,
at the same.
it's crazy.
I remember seeing Titanic like the first time, and like the whole theater is just like crying. I'm like, I know, bitch, I'm not gonna cry.
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah.
like everybody's like tearing up watching.
totally
it.
Everybody
Yeah.
tearing.
I mean,
I'm not alone.
my
cried.
eyes watered.
It was 'cause
That's
of
as
the
much
rain.
as I'm gonna.
Right. Well, anyways, they have this movie pass thing that is looking to solve the problem. Two problems. One, theaters, not as many people going to theaters. They're trying to drive more business into movie theaters. And two, making it so it's not so expensive for the moviegoer. Right? For $9.95 a month, you could see a movie a day.
Yeah,
Which is a cool
it's
system. It's a shitty
It's a little
setup.
because my sister got it.
Yeah.
and she
I almost
has
thought-
had weird. She had
glitchy.
difficulty trying to like get it to work because
Yeah.
you have to like.
They have a
buy-
debit card. They give you a debit card.
Yeah.
And then you have to go there, and you have like two solutions. Either you go there, and then while you're there, you have to tell them that you're there, basically, or whatever, and you want to get this ticket at this time, and then they'll load up your debit card, and then you have to go to the box office. That means you have to wait in line. No using Fandango, no buying tickets ahead of time. You have to then go to the box office, buy your ticket, one ticket, and it's only for 2D movies, not 3D, not IMAX, not anything else, regular movies. And that's what you do. And if you have a problem for whatever reason where you can't get it loaded up, you buy the ticket and they'll refund you later. It's just not a very
Is it like a
simple, easy
standard?
draft
Like, let's say
system
you
right
call
now.
them and you're like, I want to see this movie, and they put money on the card. Can you then go to Safeway and buy yourself like
No,
a burrito?
I don't think.
Like
well,
No,
it-
because
it's-
the card will know where you
Exactly. Like
It's
there's
a
things in
draft
place to
system.
make
Oh,
sure, and
okay.
that's why I think it's a GPS thing where like you have to be in the movie theater. I think they have it like locked in location.
so they just don't want you to spend that money on like random.
No.
frivolous
It's
things.
specifically for that, and it's only one a day.
If you're gonna do that, just get a credit.
And they don't
card.
have a couples program, so it's like that's only for if like my wife and I want to go to the movie theaters, it'll only work for one of us. They don't have
Yeah.
a couples program or a family plan or anything like that. They just got to 1 million subscribers.
That's crazy.
That's big. That's up from like a few thousand, I think, earlier in the year or some shit. It's pretty.
well,
nuts.
they dropped their price like twice, right?
They dropped it from like $17 to $9.95, which is that Netflix system or that Hulu system. Those prices are going up, but that's
It's a social experiment. We'll see if it pays.
they're
off,
losing
but-
money like a motherfucker because they don't have any deals with AMC. Apparently, AMC is looking to possibly take legal action against them. They had a deal with AMC, but they don't have any discounted tickets from any theaters.
Why does AMC care? They're still getting a full price.
I
This
know,
company's taking a financial
because-
hit by giving their users like a discounted ticket.
Yes, but they're I think they're just concerned with what it means for the future of theaters and what they're trying to do, because what they're trying to do is to bring in enough business to then give AMC an incentive to give them a break. They are banking on some major theater chains giving them discounts on tickets. That's the only way they're going to be able to survive. Right now, they're losing money. They're bleeding money.
Yeah.
So
I think
so that's the
hopefully,
idea. They have
hopefully,
to-
what this will drive is that Regal, AMC, and all the big theaters will come out with their own type of passes. That
some
you
of
can
them
keep
already
them-
do. Cinemark has one.
Cinemark has one and stuff.
ArcLight, I think, might have one.
But
ArcLight Cinemas.
let's talk about what's.
We're gonna get into that. I just wanted to mention this because we've never actually fully talked about
This
this.
is a long conversation about a ticket, man. It's just bored. This is the first
Bitch, you don't even
podcast-
go to movies.
first
You don't even
podcast
go to
I've
movies.
had. Yeah, because this.
You need to get to the movies.
because I have to load up my card.
Well,
wait in line.
No, that's why I don't do Movie Pass. I'm
are-
just saying this is the system. I don't use it.
I'm kind of excited. They just recently opened one of these 4D movie experiences. So I'm like imagining it's going to be like a Disney World, Universal type ride, but I'm watching like some random movie like Born Identity or something.
Oh.
Have you guys been to either any of these 4D? Because that's how the movie theaters are actually trying to get people to come.
I've
in
never
and
gone to
spend.
like a regular. I've gone to like theme parks and stuff that have.
Well, no,
4D
yeah,
experiences.
they have apparently the 4D ones. Some of them I think have like the chairs move. There's like wind that blow. There's
It's like
smells.
those theme parks, like Universal. and
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
add
that
like
have
all
that.
these additional elements to make you more immersed in the theater. But they just opened a 4D one, AMC I think, in
Really?
DC. Yeah,
Wow. I
or
didn't know
Maryland or DC.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's
I just
cool.
randomly saw that and I was like, this looks crazy.
Again, that's gimmicky, but it's kind of cool.
Fuck that! Give me some gimmicks. Give me a reason to pay you
You're
$30.
you're a
to come
gimmick
in.
kind of guy. That's
It's
why
the
you
future,
you,
man.
you-
Gimmicks become the standard for the future.
You're such a weird guy, Neil, because you're like, I hate when they try to manipulate me and like commercial shit and try to fucking tell me what I'm trying to think.
I
and then
hate
you're like,
when they
manipulate me,
fail
please
to
manipulate me.
me. That's the truth. I hate when they fail. Then I'm like, you just tried to manipulate me, and then then I know.
Right.
So
Okay,
it's not
but we're trying to talk about also what's coming out this year. Movie Pass is possibly going to get bigger.
Okay,
That's
I'm
why we
back
were
down.
talking about. When did you? Nobody's paying attention to you. He was just on his phone. He's like, okay,
It
I'm
is
back.
true.
Like
I feel
anybody
like
even knew that. Come
we
on,
spent
dude.
like 20 minutes
No,
talking
I was
about
actually no. So I was actually looking up because we're talking about different types of viewing. I was looking up because this year I'm going to CES, and one of the biggest things that they're
I'm sorry. What are you going to?
CES. I'm going to CES.
Consumer Electronics
Can you hear
Show.
me?
Yeah, talk like you're
Oh,
doing the
going
intro.
to- I'm going to CES and the
Yeah.
Consumer Electronics Show, and
In Vegas, right?
It's in Vegas, and they're having
Las Vegas, right?
it's in
Okay.
Las Vegas,
Okay.
Nevada.
Nevada,
Okay.
United States.
Keep going.
Where?
Do you want-
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. Yeah, you just make a left on Mars. Is it a left or a right?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Anywho, so and they're one of the biggest thing that they're showing there is we have VR right now and
AR, augmented reality.
Augmented reality has come out, but now they are showing this big thing called MR.
MR?
MR, yeah, which is a mixed reality.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of that mixed reality.
Like HoloLens.
So
is this-
no, it's supposed to be interactive content within what you're seeing.
Oh, is this that company that just recently showed off
It's not
their
just
new
a company;
hardware?
it's a whole new way of
So there's different companies doing it.
yeah, it's alternative.
Well,
it's
there-
a whole new way of doing alternative reality or
Yeah,
virtual reality.
There was some like
Yeah.
so you have like HoloLens and then like the Gear VR and then Oculus and all these things. But there's a company that came out with this new technique that actually shoots light into your eyeball that creates like
have
3D imagery. Have you seen this?
I have
thing?
no
You're
clue
ragging on
what
fucking
you-
iPhone 10, dotting your face, and you're like, I'm really excited about this fucking
They can have a
lasers to my eye technology.
Yeah,
No,
great.
like this thing
I
literally
have
shoots
no-
light into your eyeball and like
This is some Black Mirror
produces.
shit.
Yeah, it's some Black Mirror shit. It's completely different. It's not like you're looking at a screen. It's like projecting.
You're the
light
only one who
into
can
your
see
eye.
it because it's on
Yeah,
your
yeah.
eyes.
Well, but then apparently you can also see your environment with these objects and things like on top. It's like that episode of Black Mirror where like it's the horror thing where
Yeah.
they put the chip in his head or whatever.
and it mines his.
Except this
his
is like a
brain
head.
for
It's just like a
horror.
little headset you put on. But have you seen this? It's like the
I
company.
saw. Are you talking about the one where he found out that
God, I
his
forget
wife
what
was
the name of
cheating
the-
on
No,
him?
not the Black Mirror thing.
Oh,
He's
this
just
is
talking
the
about the
second
No,
one.
I
technology.
don't know about the company.
I'll show it to you.
Wait, is
after
that
we
mixed
finish.
reality? Is the question?
I
So
think
I'm
that
not
this is a
sure.
mixed
I don't
reality
know
thing.
much about mixed reality.
So
but
you just
I'm
brought
interested-
something up. You have zero
Yeah,
idea
because
what
nobody
it is.
let me fucking finish this
Wait,
fucking
but
thing.
do you know-
This is my
Go ahead.
first outburst this year. No, and I
Won't-
just
won't be the last.
It won't be the last. No. So check this out. No, so I'm excited to go see it and learn more about it when I go to Vegas.
or learn anything about it. Apparently,
This motherfucker. It's,
I don't know anything about it.
But
You brought
why
it
do you
up,
think
and I
I
want
was
to
on
know.
that?
Imagine,
I know.
imagine being able to like put one of these
You don't
things
know.
on.
I
I just
you
explained a
don't
little
know.
bit
and
about
you're
it.
in like Lord of the Rings.
I don't know what
world.
he's
You're in
talking
Middle-earth.
about, Nick. I don't know what he's talking
Isn't that
about.
where
he's
you're
talking
going
about
with
a
this?
company. No, I was talking about it's a mixed reality
Oh.
where you can interact
Yeah.
with what you're seeing.
I'm one of those people who just loves watching the world burn because I'm just watching you guys with a big grin on my face. I'm like, anarchy, chaos.
Mike down.
It's one thing to like have augmented reality where you
Yeah.
just see things in your
Yes.
environment. It's another thing to be able to reach out, touch it.
Correct.
And, like, I mean,
So
you're not really
augmented
touching
reality
anything,
is like
but-
Pokemon Go. That's an augmented reality. There's cooler versions. There's whatever version. But
brings
that's
it
that. No,
Yeah.
on a simplistic
On a
level that
simplistic
everybody would
level,
understand.
yeah.
That's AR. That's augmented reality.
Correct.
Virtual reality. You put on the headset and you're in a world. It's like an immersive game or movie or whatever. Mixed reality.
It's like mixing the two and also creating an interaction with it, where
Yeah.
you can actually pick it up, touch it, feel it.
It would be
So
There's much
it's the
more-
idea that like you would put on a headset and you would still be able to see the environment around you, but there's It sounds like augmented
No,
reality.
no. So you can be in an alternate, like a different reality, a different place, a different location, and interact with it as you were there. So it's like putting the
That's
technology.
VR.
This motherfucker doesn't let me.
That's VR.
Oh my gosh.
What's
So-
the difference?
No, because it's taking augmented reality where
Uh-huh.
you place the digital item into a place.
real world.
In the real world.
Yeah.
So it's taking that and taking you to basically, let's say if it's a movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
You get to go to a different area and interact with the digital.
You're literally describing
I'm trying
VR.
to. I just fucking said in the beginning.
It's
I'm
a
going
little
to
more
go find out
complex
more.
in
Yeah, it's a
VR.
little bit
I know.
more
Just
complex.
hold on one
VR
second.
most
Neil,
of the time.
Neil, side with me on this. He described VR now. Didn't he just describe VR?
I described both of them.
No, you said it's like going to a different
It is-
reality,
it's the next-
and there's digital things placed in that digital. I'm like, that's fucking virtual reality.
But
What-
no. It's like at the next level of like VR is like
Exactly.
you
This-
sitting in your like a chair and like not touching anything, not interacting with anything, not like there's
Exactly.
You're talking
There's
about
no
like they
interaction.
set up a real location that you
I'm
can go
done
to?
with you.
I'm going to. Okay, I'm setting
done-
on the fact that
You're-
neither of you have
this-
any idea what you're
so
talking
this
about.
is what I said
when
in
you
the
go
beginning.
To CES,
It's
come back and
so
tell us
new.
about it.
Exactly what I fucking said in the beginning.
Then
I'm gonna
why are
find
we
out.
talking about it
And
for
I
this
gave
long?
a little. I gave a little.
You gave me
spill
nothing.
on it.
You gave me
I gave a
nothing.
little spill on it.
You gave
that
me one
you're supposed
line.
to interact
Happy
with
New
it.
Year.
And
Happy New
then,
Year.
and then Neil was talking about a company. Then you got all into it.
What he said
It's
made
a
more
dis-
sense if that's mixed reality. What you said, you described virtual reality. When you first said
I'm describing both of them.
you're describing one of them.
I'm describing. Shut the fuck up. How about that?
No, it's basically what Diego said. It's like
Thank you,
you're-
Neil.
Oh, God.
You're in
Yeah.
it's
And I tell you what, I
He's
will
drinking
find
the
out
virtual
more.
Kool-Aid.
mixed reality is exactly what it sounds like. You have a virtual reality and your reality and the actual reality that you experience, and they're mixed.
Yeah, but
Virtual
what is
reality
that?
is not
Give me
mixed
one
reality.
example.
Virtual
I tell
reality
you
is like
what,
a
I will
false
find out
reality.
more when I go to CS.
Yeah.
And I'll bring you some knowledge.
Oh, an
How about
example?
we deal with it?
Yes, I'm just like, you guys are driving me nuts because neither one of you
No,
know
you're
what you're
driving
talking about. 'cause
us
you're
nuts,
You're not
Nick.
telling
No,
me.
it would
You're
be like
driving-
like imagine like all right, so just like let's say this is like a simple thing. Let's say you go to Disney World
Yes.
and they're using these mixed reality devices. You put on a headset,
Yes.
you walk into like a corridor or something.
Here's a
it's
sim-
an empty
I've
corridor.
seen these are VR theme parks. It's all that is.
Well, but
MR
you're not
What you're about to
seeing
describe.
100% false imagery. You're seeing a mixture of reality and false
Exactly.
things that aren't there. So all of a sudden, like these zombies just burst out of the
That's
ground. They
AR.
start coming at you.
It's AR.
It is, but there's a way.
Somebody just fucking took these things and just like, oh, now we're going to call this mixed reality. I'm like, dude, that's called AR. And VR theme parks already do the thing where you go into rooms
But-
and they create a
No,
fully
it's
false
exactly
thing.
what it's
augmented
ex-
reality,
Augmented reality is
Nick,
placing
more or
things
less
on what
relies
already
on you
see.
being in a fixed location. Mixed
Does
reality,
it?
you're allowed to be in
Pokemon
motion.
Go, you're not in
Oh
a
my
fixed
gosh.
location technically. You're running all over the fucking place.
Yeah, but you have to stop. It's like beep, 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 stop, and
So
then
you're
you
saying-
point your camera
Nick,
and then you
here you
hold it in
go.
a fixed
Here's the
location.
description.
Thank
Mixed
you.
reality.
That's all we had to do was Google it.
No, because it's saying
Let's
exactly
just-
what.
we're just gonna
so
make
check
up
this out.
You guys are
definitions.
making up definitions. That's what's
No,
driving me
we're
nuts.
not. This is exactly
like
what
Neil
we're
admits
saying
it.
to
I
you.
feel like
Neil,
none of
I
this
tell you
is
what.
going to be on the podcast.
I tell you what.
That's
I
It's
tell
all
you-
going to be in the podcast.
I tell you what, Neil. This is exactly what we're fucking saying
Is
to
it?
you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'm gonna hand you my phone, and you're gonna read it.
Okay, this was, by the way, this was not the plan for this podcast.
Well, this is not the plan. We should.
We're supposed to
This
be
is
talking
not.
about movies,
should-
but
but
we're
we're
going to
gonna
talk
move
about the
forward with
technology
this
of
shit.
movies.
We've
Okay.
just gotten
Read that
derailed.
first paragraph.
Okay, this is from Wikipedia, which are very reliable.
Yeah, I knew this motherfucker was gonna.
understand.
I was ready for it.
I'm cool. I use Wikipedia all the time
Anywho,
for espionage. Mixed reality, sometimes referred to as hybrid reality. Ooh, I like that. Is the merging of real and virtual worlds to produce new environments and visualizations where physical and digital objects coexist and interact in real time. Which is augmented reality, but what we're saying is it probably has more to do with what you just said, which was the first clarification, which is you're actually moving through it.
being in motion.
Yes, so that's different because VR theme parks do the thing where you do move through it, but it's all fake, obviously. You're in a real room, but it creates a completely digital environment.
Right.
What you're talking about is what augmented reality is, but you can actually move. It's
Yeah.
more than just seeing
Let's
one
say,
thing.
what if you're
It's
on like a movie set and all of a sudden like actors like appear in front of you in character and are performing, and you can like literally walk around them in a 360 degree, and it's like Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones just standing there acting out Raiders of the Lost Ark, and you're like there
Dude,
standing
if
in
that
a
can
so
see
this
that
might
shit,
be
I'm
exactly
sold.
what they're
Dude,
doing in
that's-
Top Gun.
that's
Remember?
mixed reality.
You were explaining.
No, that's just a movie theater. That's a
Is it?
VR movie
Okay,
theater
all right.
experience. Okay, but here's what it says. Mixed reality.
You know Disney's gonna do that shit.
Dude, I'm so excited for the future of brain enslavement. I'm so fucking...
Oh, dude, the Matrix is coming, baby.
Mind
We're
rape,
gonna be
mind
jacked
rape is on the
in.
top of my list. Mixed reality is an overlay of synthetic content on the real world that is anchored to and interacts with the real world picture surgeons, overlaying virtual ultrasound images on their patient while performing an operation. For example, what the fuck did I just read? The key characteristic of MR is that the synthetic content and the real world content are able to react to each other in real time. Interesting.
Yes.
That's different. That's interesting. Okay, cool.
Be like
That's all I needed.
like an AI bird, like flying around, and then it lands on like the
A
laptop, or it lands on
Yeah.
the chimney, and it's interacting with things in the environment. But how does
But honestly, this
digital
technology
thing
has
know
been
that-
around for a while. Has been around for a while because you see some digital items where you could put it like on top of things.
Yeah,
if you hold
all
the
it is,
phone.
it's called mixed reality because, I mean, yeah, it's mixed obviously with virtual and real, but that is augmented and
kinda-
virtual, but it's taking it to a different level where it's making them interact more. It's basically a higher level version of augmented reality is what it sounds like.
It's kind of terrifying, is what it
It's
is. Because
fucking
I
frightening.
feel like in the future they'll just be able to like put a little chip in your head, and then you're gonna see like giant spiders coming at you, and then
Seriously.
you're
Or
gonna
you
jump
just-
off a building or run into like
They do
oncoming
have-
you could do
traffic.
some
So-
you could do some sick shit. You could create race wars. You could do all types of shit if you make people see things that they don't
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
intend
Like
to
that's
see.
what this is. This
you
is
could,
kind of
you
like
could create full blown enslavement with
yeah,
that.
this
They
isn't like
touch upon
something
that
that taps directly into your cerebral cortex, but this is like something you're seeing with your eyeballs. But like once they miniaturize it to the point, like this is like,
Once they could just
this
stick
is
it
the
behind your
enslavement of the
earlobe.
human race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got real dark.
It really did. Yeah.
Well,
So anyway,
so mixed reality, exciting.
there's a new Han Solo film coming out. There's a new Jurassic World coming out this
Yeah,
year.
Fallen Kingdom.
These are films that we're excited about.
Oh yeah, let's get on to
You know what?
let's get outside of technology.
You know what I'm super excited about, and I saw the trailer about a week and a half ago.
Den of Thieves.
No, it wasn't that one.
Den of Thieves?
That looks interesting.
Gerard
I'm
Butler,
happy.
yeah.
I'm happy
Oh, I
to see
haven't seen
Gerard
it.
Butler stepping back up again and getting some good roles.
Showing his biceps.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
Looking very
Looks
tough.
good.
But
He-
I am
No,
excited
okay.
for Sicario 2.
Oh yeah, I knew
The
that
first
was
one was
coming.
good.
They said like
Yes.
like after that one kind of like did really well. They were like,
Dennis
oh, we're making a
Villeneuve
sequel.
did that.
Yeah.
Dennis Villeneuve did Sicario. Yeah, that was really good.
Did
Benicio del
is he
Toro.
doing the sequel?
I don't think he's directing the sequel.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think he's producing it, and They didn't bring.
Well,
Emily.
we'll give.
I don't think
details
Emily
when-
Blunt's coming back for this either. It's,
We don't have to go
Benicio del
deep into
Toro.
No,
film.
they said that the sequel
she's
was
not-
going to
no, she's
focus
not
on
in it.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, she was in the first one. I'm saying, yeah, Benicio
She
del
was, yeah.
Toro's in it.
Yeah, I guarantee
and
she's
Josh
not in this one.
Brolin looks like he's coming back. I
Yeah.
just don't want it to be like the first one was so heavy. I don't want the second one to be like Benicio del Toro is some hero who's going around
I
assassinating.
don't know because the
drug
trailer he
dealers.
goes, "We're gonna let you loose." How loose? I was like, "Oh shit!"
I-
That's a great. That's.
I mean, I didn't honestly, in a weird way, I wasn't really rooting for Benicio del Toro. He was kind of a piece of shit
He
in the
was-
first
he
film.
he was
was.
supposed to. Oh, he.
But
was.
I mean,
But-
I was happy. I was in a way like, but I was like, dude, that scene is so like I did not see that
At the-
shit
at the
coming.
family?
Yeah, with the
Oh
family,
my
I was like,
God.
this is brutal. And then at the end,
Emily
with
Blunt?
like Emily Blunt,
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna make a sequel with him as the main character. Like,
He
I
was an
love his
interesting
performance.
character,
so
though.
it's not. So he's
but
not.
He was a piece of
yeah.
shit.
He was an interesting character though because he was not good, not bad.
He's an anti-hero.
But he wasn't even an anti-hero. He was like an anti-hero and an anti-villain. Like it was
Yeah.
weird. Like I know what an anti-hero is, but he felt like he was something beyond that. When you
He
look at what
was.
he did with the family, that's very much a villain thing.
He was like
Yeah.
He was like an anti-hero.
This is not
with
like the
no-
Punisher or Deadpool or
He
anything
had
like that.
no
This is like
moral.
worse. He's like
moral
a bad
code,
guy,
yeah.
but also good in the way that like there's certain things. It doesn't even seem like he has a moral compass, but he does.
He
at the
kind
same
of
time.
does, yeah. With the
And he
whole
had a
scene with
reason
Emily
for
Blunt,
it.
like he could have ended her.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That was like
chose
a
not
that was
to.
a type of character I've never really
Yeah.
seen before or fleshed out in that way, and that was very interesting. Where you were like, I don't know what to.
That's
think
what
about
hooked
this
me
guy.
about that movie.
Yeah.
Was that the last 20 minutes of that movie? I was like,
yeah with Benicio.
this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that film.
It was actually really good. Yeah. So Sicario too looks
it
good.
looks
It's not
really
Dennis Villeneuve, but I mean, who knows?
We'll see. What,
could be
yeah,
really
we'll
Could be
good,
good.
yeah.
Could be really good. You never know. You never know.
You know what I'm excited for?
What?
The last one of the trilogy has my boy in it. I'll try and get you guys a guess.
Maze Runner.
Yes. oh my gosh, it's finally
I
coming out.
still haven't seen a
I
single
need-
one
I
of those
need-
movies.
Yeah, buddy.
Did I watch? I think I watched the two of them that came out. I think I watched them.
Second
They
one
were
was
they
really
were
good.
all right.
Yeah.
They were like
You know, I wasn't
Hunger
into
Games-ish?
I wasn't into
Better than
him-
Marvel
no,
movies?
It wasn't. I didn't like Hunger Games. no, I'm not gonna say I didn't like Hunger Games.
such
I
a
wasn't into Hunger Games, but I was into Maze Runner.
I still have not seen the final Hunger Games, like part 2. I was
I
so
did,
disappointed
and I was
with
like,
that
okay, cool.
third one, the part 1.
Oh,
Because I saw it
yeah,
in theaters,
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"What is this garbage?" And then I just had no interest in seeing the
The last one was pretty good.
I should
mean,
watch
I
it
read
because
the
it's
book,
like
so they were like
it's like Philip. What's his name? Philip C. Hoffman. Is that all right?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his last
his
film.
last film, they had
movie.
it-
So
they had
I
it-
want to see it just because of that.
Yeah, because he hadn't fully. I mean, I guess he had finished film, but there were certain things they had to do.
Yeah, I think they
to make
did
sure.
some CG stuff or
Maybe,
something.
yeah, or some over-the-shoulder shots with the
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
How about Venom?
Fucking let's talk about that shit for a
Oh,
second.
well, have they released a trailer?
No, but little
No.
behind the scenes
That's a lot, yeah.
things.
That's my boy
Tom Hardy.
Tom
Hardy. Yeah,
I love him too.
That's
man.
what's exciting. First off,
I was
I
gonna
would be
say
excited
Bane,
about.
but,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he played.
If
Bane.
you didn't know,
it's
Bane.
bananas that he played Bane. Now he's playing Venom. I loved Venom growing up, the comics. Right? He came from Spider-Man.
My only
Yeah.
knowledge of Venom is that Spider-Man 3 movie.
Please. So
I mean,
that's-
I saw him in the cartoon as a kid on TV. But
Oh
I
yeah,
never
he was
read
in the
comics.
cartoon. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That was closer to what the comics were like.
He's an alien. He's like Superman.
No, he's not at all. It's
He's like the alien sludge.
you just
that fell out
spout
of
bullshit
space.
and just
Isn't
like
that
expect
true?
people to like no.
Are you
The
sure?
suit that he has is the symbiotic suit. Okay,
Symbiotic.
It's called a symbiotic suit.
What does that mean?
It means it works with him, like in tangent with his
I-
body.
It's a
So,
biomechanism
here's how it
that
happened.
works
Okay,
with you.
Really quick, 20 seconds or less. In the 80s, this suit ended up coming down to Earth and found Peter Parker.
Aliens.
And he became the black suited Spider-Man. If you ever saw some comics in the 80s with Spider-Man, and he always had a black suit, it went on for months that was the suit he was using. And then that thing started clouding his mind, and actually, because it was alive.
Yeah.
And he got it to basically detach from him, which they showed in Spider-Man 3. It's kind of how it happened in the comic book. He got near
Yeah.
this big bell.
He
and
gets
until they
hooked
got
on to
out.
somebody else. That's when he pimp slaps Mary Jane.
Yeah, exactly.
First
Which is
adaptation
messed
of mixed
up.
reality.
That was dark.
So, anyways, it goes and it finds Eddie Brock. Okay, and Eddie Brock is this
Oh,
big,
right.
big guy. Anyways, it finds Eddie Brock, and Eddie Brock then becomes a villain with the suit, and he becomes Venom. And then later on, he became a bit of an anti-hero, and he got his own comic. And Venom was very popular in the 90s. He was a villain for a while, but then he became like an anti-hero, and he got his own comic. And he wasn't a bad guy particularly, and he was constantly fighting and battling, for like dominance over his own mind, kind of with this suit.
Yeah.
Now they're doing a movie about it. Spider-Man 3 screwed the pooch, shit the bed on that one. They didn't do a good job. They had Topher Grace playing Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock's a fucking big guy, and that was kind of part of his intimidation is he's just this large fucking guy with this big ass suit on.
I should watch Spider-Man 3 again. I remember seeing it in theaters and being really disappointed.
Because Spider-Man 2 was one of the best superhero movies ever done, and then Spider-Man 3 was one of the worst. It was
Spider-Man
such
2
a
was so
drop
good.
off.
That's what
Spider-Man
it was.
2
yeah.
was so good. I was really impressed with that movie. Then Spider-Man 3 came out, and I was like, what
That
the
scene
hell
at the
happened?
end, I don't know. That scene at the end always gets me with God, what's her name? Who played Mary Jane?
Yeah, when she sees him, Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, she was like, she says, "Go get him, Tiger." Like, and that's like the last
in the
line of the
apartment.
movie. Yeah,
Go
because
get
you're
him,
like this
Tiger.
whole conflict of like, are they going to be together or
And she
not?
runs out of
Because
her
he's
wedding.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she shows up and they're there, and he's like, "I gotta go. Like, shit's getting real."
Yeah.
And she supports him. She's like, "I'm gonna back you up."
That's right, but then
So
the
you
look
can
on
be
her face in
Spider-Man.
that last second, she goes, "Go get him, Tiger," which is what she used to call him in the comic books. Mary
Yeah, that's
Jane,
what she used to say all the
Tiger.
time,
And
yeah.
then he leaves, and he's swinging away, and he's like, "Wahoo!" He's all excited, and then it zooms in on her face, and she just starts looking a little more solemn.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be a problem."
Yeah.
Which then sets up the third one. But Venom wasn't done well in the third film at all. This movie is gonna be a standalone film, not connected
Yeah.
to the Spider-Man universe.
Who's
It's gonna be-
directing?
Shit, I don't remember who's directing this one. You could look it up, Diego. But Tom Hardy, who's the goddamn man, is going to play Venom. It's a rated R film, which you have to have a rated R film if you're doing Venom because it's a very rated R character.
This is a new era we're living in where they're making rated R Marvel.
Which I love.
or
Logan was
DC
rated R.
films.
Yeah.
Was Suicide Squad rated R?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so that one's coming out this year, so that looks really exciting. Venom looks exciting, but there's also
Wait. So it's directed by Ruben
Fleischer, who
Yeah.
did Zombieland. He did Zombieland.
Oh, okay.
He did Gangster Squad, which I wasn't sold on, but he did 30 Minutes or Less and Zombieland, two movies I really liked. Ruben Fleischer.
Okay, I've definitely seen Zombieland.
Yeah, Zombieland was great. 30 Minutes or Less was a really funny movie. Danny McBride and Jesse Eisenberg,
Yeah.
Aziz Ansari. Just a funny movie. Anyways, But yeah, so those are coming out. We have Jurassic World: Fallen
Yeah.
Kingdom is coming out, which
apparently didn't he just announce that it's going to be a trilogy? They're going to do another one
I
after
think
this.
they did say that,
It
right?
was like an announcement.
everything's done as
Everything's
a trilogy. Everything's a trilogy
Everything's
these
a
days.
trilogy these days.
But Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, it's funny because when we first saw the trailer, we weren't totally sold on it. I mean, it was like, okay, it looks fine, but it was like, okay, whatever.
It's a weird trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
But then
I'm not
there was that-
excited, but I'm not disappointed. I don't know. I'm like conflicted. I'm like, I don't understand the trailer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
But then I saw the behind the scenes video that they released.
that excited
That
me.
excited
Which is on our
me.
website.
Yeah, which is on our website.
on
We have
our
an
website,
article
yeah.
up there, and that video connected to it.
Yeah.
I forget what we call it. Why Jurassic Park doesn't look that bad or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's that behind the scenes video. Just something about it got me excited. There was like additional scenes they showed.
Yeah, they
in there.
interview Jeff Goldblum, and he's talking about
Yes.
coming back for the first
Correct.
time.
There were like
since
better scenes in there
Lost
when they
World.
open that thing and the T-Rex is laying there asleep. Like they only show that for like a brief second in the trailer, and they don't really build it up very well.
Yeah.
But then in this behind the scenes thing, they really got like the connected emotion with that scene.
Yeah.
Right.
And there were just better scenes and better flow of those scenes, and I understood more about it from that behind the scenes video.
Yeah, because they did explain it a lot better.
Yeah, the trailer just was like, and then oh man, what really I didn't like was that T-Rex stepping in at the exact right moment to save them when they were out there amongst all those dinosaurs. And I'm like, you've done this now.
Every time.
You've done this 4 out of the last 5 movies. These Jurassic movies where the T-Rex steps in at the opportune
Yeah.
time to
They're
save
just
the day.
recreating that final scene in Jurassic
I
Park.
know. The final scene
Yeah.
in the first one, they did it in the third one with the big Gigantosaurus, whatever the fuck that thing was called. Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
The second movie, they may have had a scene in
No,
there.
remember the T-Rex comes to like L.A.
Yeah, but I'm
Or
saying,
San Francisco
I'm
or
saying,
something.
Yeah, San Francisco.
And it's like
but
running
no, what I'm
around.
saying is like that exact scene of like they think they're done for, and then the T-Rex saves the day. They did that in Jurassic World at the end. That's what ended up saving
Very
the day.
interesting.
I'm like, it gets old, is what I'm saying.
But
And
you know what?
They
I
showed
will
that in the
say
trailer for this
that
new
scene-
movie.
But the thing is,
That scene I
they've
loved.
always made it work.
Well, actually, it wasn't the T-Rex that saved the day. It was the Velociraptors.
No, but they brought it out. Remember?
Oh
she
no!
opens
It was
the thing.
it was
the
that
old
giant
school-
fish thingy.
Well,
whatever
yeah,
it was,
no,
the
but the
Waterosaurus.
She opens the door and she's got the flare. It's
That
a cool
was-
scene.
When I saw that
It's a
movie in
cool-ass
theaters
scene.
with you guys, I was like, "Shit, this is
Yeah.
awesome!" It was like, "Jew."
Totally.
Jew.
And it was the original T-Rex.
I don't know
'cause it
why
had
she
the
was
scar.
running in heels though. That seemed kind of
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
They've
You're gonna
always
think
made it work.
You
so,
gotta
I mean,
run. You gotta outrun a T-Rex
all I'm
in
saying
heels.
is I've always been fine with it, but when they do it on the 5th movie and they're doing it for like the 4th time,
It was a weird scene.
it's a weird scene. It's
To have in a
literally
trailer.
In the trailer, they showed it. I know what they're trying to do.
But
They're
you're
trying
not saying-
they're trying to connect to your nostalgia. But what I'm saying is, the way they did it was exactly the same way the last scene played out in the first movie. In terms of like they think they're done for, they're about to get attacked, and then it bites the neck of it. It just becomes a whole thing. I'm like, it looks exactly. You've already done it.
I'll tell you
Don't
what,
tread
Nick.
the same fucking.
Why don't you jump in front of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and you bite the neck of the thing, and then it'll change the whole scene
What the
over.
fuck are you talking
Fucking
about?
change the whole thing
What are
over.
you talking about?
I don't think you're saying that. That's
all
gonna
I'm saying
ruin
is
the
just,
movie.
it's just no.
Yeah.
The movie
I-
looks good.
I am
The behind the
cautiously
scenes-
optimistic.
Yes.
I really, really enjoyed Jurassic World.
Yes.
Mainly because I really, really enjoy Disney World.
Yeah.
So the
mix between the two.
You
Yeah, they
hate
finally
fucking
opened the park.
Disney.
Well, no, I don't hate Disney. I hate what Disney could be and what they kind
hate
of
Disney's
have
Marvel
hinted
department.
at becoming, which is like an evil
I
mega
like
corporation.
seeing the fact that I like them finally opening the
But
park.
I do love Disney World. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong.
Yeah,
I
I
will pay to go to that evil park forever. I love that place. But the idea of having a dinosaur themed Disney World was awesome.
Yeah, the
I
point
even like
is
the
they
product
finally-
placement. I was
Yeah.
totally okay with that
Yeah,
because I'm like,
Samsung and
it's
all
a
that.
theme park. It
Yeah.
makes sense to have the Verizon,
Starbucks.
Samsung
Yeah.
Center, the Starbucks. Yeah, all that. That was great.
Right, but I think what I really enjoyed about it was they finally saw the park open. You
Yes.
had 3 movies of
Finally, yeah.
Yes, finally, and like
Yeah.
you wanted to see this since the first movie, so that was great. This next one is different. They're getting away from that. Obviously, they have to, but at the same time, I wasn't convinced with the trailer, but the behind the scenes video got me more hyped up for it. And the main problem I had with that trailer was that thing, and I was like, if you're willing to do that, then you're willing to be more unoriginal. It was just a weird. It was
I was
weird. It
gonna
was a
say
weird
they
choice.
should call. I mean, the impression I got is that they're going back to the park to save the dinosaurs,
Because
and I
it's
was
gonna
like, they
explode.
should change it to like PETA ASIC world.
Oh,
or something.
yeah,
I
Save
don't know.
the animals.
I'm like, I mean, I get it. Like that was a big theme in Jurassic World, where it was like, Chris Pratt's constantly saying over and over again how these guys have feelings. These things, we created them, but we gave them life, so they're not our slaves. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why they hyped that up so much because, they still like. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. You're gonna genetically engineer a dinosaur. They're gonna make it into a weapon. Like, of course,
exactly.
That's the most logical next thing that anyone would do, right? Why would you invest trillions of dollars into making dinosaurs and not use them to like murder people?
Exactly.
But the idea of going back to save them in like a humanitarian effort seems odd.
And he was convinced because of his connection with Blue, the raptor. I don't love that. I don't. It's fine.
I never
but I didn't love it.
It's not like it wasn't like Homeward Bound or something where it was like that movie gets me teary-eyed seeing Blue and his character.
It's a fucking raptor. I'm terrified of raptors for several movies, and now you're like,
guys are changing
here's
it up
a cuddly
on me.
raptor.
Yeah, I don't want to be like best friends with a raptor. I mean that you haven't. I've been brainwashed into this idea that they're like a threat, and I don't want to conceive them as like buddy, like my buddy, my like pet raptor.
And they were dangerous in Jurassic World.
Are they going to be riding raptors in this next movie? Is it going to get like super weird?
It practically was doing that in Jurassic World, but it's fine.
It wasn't bad. I accepted it, and I was like,
Yes.
I'm okay with this. This is cool.
Nothing's ever come close to that original movie, though, in my opinion. It's that first Jurassic Park.
And well, it's really the story. I mean, I wouldn't say it was Spielberg's direction. I mean, obviously that made a huge. You could have completely ruined it. But
Talking about Spielberg.
Ready Player
One.
Ready Player One. When's that
I don't know
coming out?
how I feel about
That comes
that
out
movie.
I want to see it. I haven't read the graphic novel it's based off of.
The CG is so heavy, and I
It's
know they're
supposed
in
to
a
be.
virtual world. And
I know.
I see all the like pop culture gaming. There's like all these
DeLorean,
Street
and Freddy
Fighters,
Krueger,
and
and
DeLorean.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, like I was like, okay,
King Kong.
So let me say,
It had like everything. I was like, how did they get the license
Rights for all
to,
that
like,
stuff
use
because it's
all this
Spielberg,
shit?
probably.
Yeah,
But
that
it
was
it seems
cool.
like it's coming out this September. They just updated to September 20th.
It just-
September 20th, 2018.
I don't know how the story's gonna like. The premise of that story is depressing to me, and I don't know how it could ever like reach a point where it's still not ultimately depressing. At
Now,
the
I've
end.
never read
that
the
everyone's connected to like a basically a matrix system.
It sounds
They're
like a
all living
Tron.
It's a big game,
slum.
but it's like a virtual
But
game
Tron was
reality.
like a
It's
guy
not-
that gets
it's
sucked
not
into a computer.
Yeah, that's different.
Like he could still come
This
out.
is like the
and
whole
it's the
society's
70s.
doing it. Yeah, the whole society's involved. And it's in the future.
yeah, I'm talking about finding the whole Easter egg and the
I guess.
whole
Yeah,
story
Tron
premise.
Legacy. Yeah. But Spielberg's doing it, which is exciting
excited,
because he hasn't done a movie like this. It doesn't feel like he's done anything like this in a while.
Did he do that BFG movie, or
He
just
did.
produced
He
it?
did.
He did
He did
BFG.
BFG.
It was-
He directed
that was
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
Very different.
movie was deep.
It's Royal Dahl.
That was dark.
It's the
You
Royal
have
Dahl
to watch
book.
that.
I haven't seen it.
It was beautiful.
It's on
It was
Netflix.
A
It's
beautiful
on Netflix.
film.
Yeah,
It's on
I did.
Netflix.
I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I should watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film.
Yeah.
So Ready Player One is based off a graphic novel, which I haven't read, but the concept was interesting. And that original teaser trailer definitely got me more hyped than the newer trailer that they dropped.
Yeah.
Just because the original one had like Freddy Krueger in it, and you had all these different characters, and they would step into this virtual reality game, which is like a world that you can go into, and you could be any character that you could be your character, and you can kind of live out your fantasies and dreams with all these different characters. But in the newer trailer, they explain more of the story of what happened, which is the guy who created it dies, and he leaves this. He planted this Easter egg in the game, and whoever finds it will inherit like.
Huge amount of money and
$500
like,
billion or
total
$500
control.
trillion, some crazy number, and own everything and own the, what do they call it? The Oasis.
The Oasis, yeah.
So I was like, that's a cool concept. It is very CG heavy. It's supposed to be. But again, it is Spielberg, and Spielberg has proven himself over the years able to jockey the two.
Yeah.
And work with it and still
take it
create
back
the
to
story. He's had some misses, but in general, the guy's a legend and is pretty skilled at storytelling.
I mean, he started with the first Jurassic Park, which you were amazed at the first scene when
Jesus
you saw that.
Christ.
Yeah, it was
First
just
Jurassic
amazing.
Park is like incredible when you see those dinosaurs,
Yeah.
and that could have been, and that was very early on in CG. That could have easily been trash. Like it could have been such a disconnect.
I remember there was like people that didn't even like movies all that much that that I was around were just like everybody was like everyone was like you have to see this Jurassic Park, like it was on on the
just
news
amazing.
about
Yeah.
just the realistic nature of the
Yeah.
computer generated
Yeah.
effects, and everybody was like kept using this term CG. And I remember talking to my friends, and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's all this CG," and they're like, "What's CG?" I'm like,
yeah.
"CGI,"
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what it's
and they're
saying.
like, computer generated imagery, man. Computer generated, it's the future, dude.
Yeah. Oh, quick piece
great.
of trivia. First movie ever to use CGI was Tron.
Tron. It
Oh,
was Tron. Yeah,
was
it was
it
Tron.
Tron?
1982.
I was gonna say Young Sherlock Holmes because they had that when a guy gets drugged and he starts to hallucinate and like the mosaic. Is it a mosaic? Yeah, the mosaic like thing. The
sounds
glass
familiar.
jumps out and he's like gonna stab the dude in the church. You don't remember?
The
It was
show-
like the
it was a
night.
show. It was a show.
No, it was a movie directed by
the movie Young
Spiel-
Sherlock Holmes.
Did
Yeah,
Spielberg
okay.
direct
I'm
that?
thinking of Indiana
He
Jones Jr.
I think
or
maybe
whatever
he
the hell that
produced
show-
it.
Young Indiana or whatever.
No, that was
I'm
a show.
thinking of
That show was
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
That show,
yeah.
Sean Patrick Flannery played
Yeah.
Young. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
great. He was great.
Yeah, but Tron in 1982 was actually the first movie to
Use CG?
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Yep, which makes sense if you think what that movie was.
And talking about big time directors, Peter Jackson is also producing Mortal Engines.
Mortal Engines.
Mortal
Yeah, I
Engines,
thought he was
yeah.
directing it, but he's producing it.
He's producer.
I
yeah.
don't know that story. What's it based on? I saw the preview. I saw the trailer.
So it's basically-
I call them previews. Do people even call them previews anymore? I
No.
feel like everybody just calls them trailers.
It's like a teaser trailer if it's only like a few. They do this thing now where they'll release a week before the trailer drops. They'll
Yeah,
release,
so
like
a preview
this
to a preview.
weird, like formatted
Yeah.
for your phone, crappy.
So
teaser.
basically, the premise of the film is that you have these large cities on wheels,
yeah,
and they are devouring like
Other
smaller,
cities.
other smaller homes.
Like London is on wheels
Yeah.
now. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, and you see London. What is that? They go, it's
know.
London.
I saw the trailer and
Yeah.
I was like,
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know how
I'm
I
just
feel
saying-
about it.
Yeah, I thought
Just
Peter
the
Jackson was
concept
directing
didn't
it,
hook
but
me.
he's not.
It's based
yeah.
on a like incredible book.
Is it a graphic novel or a book or something?
Yeah, it's a book. I think it's a book.
Okay.
But I know I'm just excited to see Peter Jackson jumping back in.
Yeah, I want him to
know.
fucking direct something again,
Yeah.
though. When was the last thing he directed?
I have no
Hobbit?
clue.
The Hobbit
No,
films?
no, he did. Oh shit, maybe it was.
Yeah, I'm
No.
like, what is going on?
He did that one with the killer or whatever. It was like killing the kids. It was Stanley
The,
Tucci. Heavenly Creatures or something, or Heavenly.
That fucking
Wasn't-
forever
no.
ago.
It wasn't
That's like from the
Heavenly Creatures.
90s,
No,
dude.
yeah.
It wasn't Heavenly. It was something like that. It was like it got
No,
nominated.
Hobbit was the last thing he directed.
Really?
Lovely Bones, you talking about?
What is it?
Lovely Bones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lovely
but that was
Bones.
done before The Hobbit.
Was that
even.
before The Hobbit?
Dude, that was in
I don't
2009, yeah.
I guess it was.
No,
yeah,
he
it
hasn't
was
done anything. I'm looking at it right now. He hasn't directed
Battle of
anything.
the Five
Yep.
Armies was the last one.
Yeah, Battle of Five Armies in 2014. Now
Yep.
he's got The Adventures of Tintin, Prisoners of the Sun, which is the sequel
Oh yeah.
to Tintin, and I
Yeah.
guess he's directing that. But I mean, dude, fucking.
I don't even like Tintin is such a obscure character
Yeah.
to me that I'm like, and I know
He does that with
Spielberg,
Spielberg,
grew
yeah.
up with like that as a kid. He read all the Tintin stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you're like not communicating to me, man. I don't. That's
Yeah.
not.
So there's tons of great
There-
films.
wish I
there's a
knew more
shitload
about
of Marvel
Tintin.
movies coming out this year. Superhero
There's
movies.
oh my gosh.
Avengers, Infinity War, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther looks.
I'm
incredible.
excited. I'm
Black
excited.
Panther looks really good. I'm sorry, that looks amazing.
Ant-Man
Deadpool 2, Ant-Man,
And the Wasp.
And the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
should
those are all
just
coming
stop
out.
making all other films and only release Marvel movies. This is the
You
world
want,
we
you, want,
should
you,
live
want,
in.
you want that to happen?
It's already
Disney's
happening.
always-
What do you mean?
What
I
are you
want it
talking
to
about? There's
happen.
like 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah, but what do
if
you
we're
think's
lucky.
happening when they're spending like $100 trillion on all these Marvel movies and not being funneled into like new, innovative, different properties?
I mean, that's just the world we live in, man. Look at
Hollywood
the cell
is
phone
like-
you're using right now. That's part of what's eating up the fucking
Why are you,
resources.
dude? Hollywood's got sequelitis, man.
All right,
I'm sorry. Like, it's great
Yeah.
that they're continuing
They
these
do.
stories and they have this cohesive universe and all the films connect. I
But
think
you
that's
have more
cool,
than just
but-
a studio system these days, and that's what's different. People keep shitting on, oh, they're only making these. I'm like, you're talking about 5 or 6 studios making that shit, and then there's so many other production companies now that weren't around back in the day that are really producing movies on their own and don't need the big studio funding anymore. So these films are coming
You're
out.
right.
We were just talking about a little bit ago how there's so many movies these days we can't keep up. So it's not actually true. It's just that we're used to a certain funneling system where movies would come to theaters, and those were the movies that existed, really. A couple would go straight to DVD or VHS, and that was about it.
Well, I think what
Now-
it was is there was a system where it's like when an Avatar came out, everyone knew like an Avatar movie came out and everyone had to see
Yep.
it and you went and saw it. Now it's like there's an Avatar every week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a movie that had a
But everything-
$500 million production.
Yeah.
Every week is.
But
getting
every other
released.
type of film is also, all these indies and everything, those are all fucking skyrocketing in terms of numbers. Like, all those things are being made, multitudes of those are being made where they
You're right.
weren't before. Everything has just gotten to be too much. It's
We've
a
been-
gluttonous
yeah,
society we live in today.
We've been here.
And that's
We've
what
been
it
in
is.
this
You know what it
conversation.
is? I just feel like I don't have enough time to see all the things I want to
know.
see, and it pisses me off, and I blame Marvel for it.
That's probably it.
And
No,
you're
we've
not
been here.
married and don't have a kid, so like imagine me.
I
Like,
should have more time. Yeah,
you
you're
should.
right.
You don't work either. You're homeless, right?
Yeah, I live on the streets.
That's how you get here so
Oh,
fast.
yeah.
No.
Anyway,
I mean,
I
we've
live
been in this
actually right
conversation before.
outside.
And it's just, yeah, there's just so many new avenues. I think the whole pot is being stirred again on how.
And then Netflix is
on-
releasing all this awesome content,
Netflix.
fucking everything
yeah.
up.
So real quick, I want to talk about Bright real quick.
I haven't watched it. Is it good?
I've seen it 4 times.
4 times.
Let me tell you why I've seen
He
it 4
doesn't
times.
even like it that much, but he has watched
I
it 4
saw
times.
it 4 times because I wanted to like it more than I did. And I was
like a fucking glutton for
no.
punishment.
This is how I study films. I sit there as an editor. I turn off the volume and I just watch the visuals. I did that. I just listened.
Who
to the
directed
movie. I
it?
didn't
Tony
watch it.
Gilroy or something?
Yeah, I forgot the movie.
Did he?
It was a guy that did like
Gilroy? Born
those
Legacy.
like cop movies with
It wasn't.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about.
all those like LA cop guy movies.
Edge of no, what the fuck is that called?
Yeah, what was-
end of
End of
Shift,
Night or
End of
something?
Shift or whatever, or End of Night.
Yeah,
I know
Night
exactly what
Shift,
you're
Night
talking-
Watch.
Oh, so that was it was what's his name? David Ayer.
Yeah.
Oh,
David
is
Ayer
that-
did End of Watch. Yeah, End of Watch, Suicide Squad.
You know what turned me off? I watched the trailer and I was getting ready to watch it, and that like when the guy that plays I forget what the actor's name is, the awesome actor, the guy
Nick
that plays
Jacoby?
the orc or whatever.
Is
it Goblin
Joel
or orc?
Edgerton? Was
Joel Egerton?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Egerton.
When he like moved his mouth, I was like, I don't like the prosthetics that they use. Like it doesn't seem real at all.
Right.
It like seems hokey to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm out. I can't watch this. Like it just seemed bad.
right.
It wasn't.
It just seemed like his mouth was like, "Brap, brap, brap." It was like a Yoda puppet mouth.
No,
moving.
it
And
wasn't,
I was
no.
like, dude, why isn't there any like motion in your skin, man? Like,
No.
that's such a weird thing for me to hang up
Yeah.
on, but that's what I
Motion
hung
of your
up on.
I'm done. That's
Will
it.
Smith like was
That's not how
fine
orcs talk.
talking about his Toyota Camry or whatever he was driving. Like he brought the humor that he was there to bring, but I thought when I saw him talk, I was like,
It wasn't.
2
It
hours
wasn't
of
bad.
this?
When you watch it, it
I'm
wasn't
already
bad.
unhappy.
And then I'm really like keen on visuals. It felt normal.
It did?
I think
Okay.
the whole problem with the film, it was very broken. There was a lot of things that they put in there that didn't get enough screen time for you to feel the whole concept of it.
kind of like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it was kind of like I would say this. Yeah, exactly.
I like
Will
Suicide
Smith.
Squad, but it felt.
It
It felt like weird
disjointed,
and like
broken.
jumpy,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? You jump from here to there, and then there's this scene, and there's this
Yeah.
flashback, and you're like,
I enjoyed it, but yeah, it was very.
you're like, this is kind of all over the place.
DC just can't get their shit together. Like you complain about the structured Marvel being so structured, but like they don't have these.
But I feel like the DC characters are like more tortured characters, and like Marvel characters always have this layer of like lightness
Optimism,
to them,
lightness,
even though
yeah.
it's like it should be a dark story. Like they've somehow managed to keep the darkness like a little light, a little
Yeah.
kitty, and you're like, oh, this is not. Yeah, his parents are murdered, but yeah, he'll bounce back.
I'm honestly
and you're
not
like, that's
giving
how you
DC
feel
any
about
props.
some of these
Right.
Marvel, and it's the Marvel films. It's how they're directed. The comic
Yeah.
books weren't necessarily. They were more heavy. Than,
It
than the
depends.
film.
You know, they kind of jumped all over the place. I mean, Iron Man definitely had. Tony Stark had his issues in the comic book where he was like a hardcore raging alcoholic, and there was like
Yeah,
storylines
and it's super
about that.
light. Like
Yeah.
you don't. I never once.
He's an alcoholic in these movies, but like it's so like.
I'm trying to
kept
think
down,
of
or
a
at least the
Marvel
first
film
movie.
that I actually felt like an emotional reaction to. Like a sympathetic emotional reaction to. Like I was like, oh
Civil
man,
War.
like this is dark.
Civil War, man. Oh.
Civil War, like it's like, but it was like barely, like a barely.
It
like,
was there. I
what
think
is
it
his
was
name?
there.
Buggy. What is his friend's name? Captain America's friend.
Cappy. I was gonna
Muggy?
say.
Buggy?
No, it's a fucking
Wuggy.
Bucky.
Bucky.
Bucky. Jesus.
I was close.
Yeah, you were close.
Bucky. Yeah, I just didn't.
He's from the comics.
If I read the goddamn comics, maybe I'd feel like more, like I'd care more.
Right.
But like, I feel like with the DC stuff, like, you know,
I'm just honestly like
There's more. There's-
angry at DC. I just feel, and this is why Marvel they've done a great job with their films. I cannot deny that. Even though I'm just overwhelmed by their films, I think they've done an incredible job in how they told story, how they build the characters. It was done well. It was done.
They should
how it
have more terrible films. Like their odds of riding against
Yeah,
them. Somehow
exactly.
they don't. Like,
It's
this
kinda
is
like
pretty-
the
you know, it's weird.
ratio-
Like I watched this. I was telling you guys earlier. I watched what's the movie with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was watching it and I was like, this should be a really bad movie. Like this
Yeah.
should be
And it
not
wasn't.
good.
It
It just
weird.
wasn't.
And they somehow finagled the
brought
fuck
it-
out of it to make it like all right. And I
Yeah,
was
even
like,
Guardians
this
of the
is not
Galaxy.
bad.
Guardians of the Galaxy. When they were talking about that, Kevin Feige said, if we do this right, the talking raccoon or the talking tree are going to be the most popular characters in these movies, and it's a very offbeat, low on the totem pole comic from the 80s. I had a couple of those Guardians of the
it's
Galaxy.
extremely
They were not
light.
popular.
It's extremely light.
It is, but like somehow it's weird. Guardians of the Galaxy
Wait,
2
am I
was
winking
great.
with my left eye again?
With what's his face? I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Like that whole movie.
Is he popular? And he's like, oh yeah, he's like the most popular. I mean, I
ain't no
recognize, I
raccoon.
enjoy it for what it is. It's like that movie was like a joke a minute.
Yeah.
but
But
and
they
they were
should be
they were
terrible.
dropping jokes every 2 seconds.
Yo,
Like,
and they were landing.
the lightest of all
the
And they
were
whole
landing.
thing.
You're
They
right.
were
It
landing.
was. It
That's
was
the whole
landing.
thing. They were doing Guardians of the Galaxy were doing something that a lot of fucking films don't do, and tell that amount of jokes and land them.
yeah.
And a lot of films today, and this was another
I
miss.
kind of want to
that-
talk about this other movie.
This is another miss on Bright. Another miss on Bright.
Yeah.
Where they did a lot of old style Will Smith, and it just didn't land.
yeah.
It was the timing was
because he did
not
that Collateral Beauty, and he's trying to like do something humorous
You
now.
know, it was just
People ain't
like,
buying it.
Yeah, people are like, "We seen you in that
you
Collateral
see it in
Beauty
you see
movie,
it in the trailer.
motherfucker."
How do you make
But
a shootout
Doc-
awkward? I was like, that didn't land right.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange should have. That's a weird movie. Like the concepts and the way the way they executed it, I thought was really well done. Like just that whole.
It's like the first 5 minutes, the guy's like this incredible surgeon, this gifted surgeon, then he's a douchebag flying in his Lamborghini,
Yeah.
crashes, his hands somehow are the only thing that get jacked up.
Yeah.
So now it's like they focus it on his hands, and like
No, it's
literally in
nerve
5
damage.
minutes.
It's nerve damage, so he just can't.
I know, but
and
it's
that's
like
the whole thing he's
the
focused.
first 5 minutes, he goes from being like awesome doctor, surgeon, arrogant asshole to like banging on the doors of a Buddhist thing because this person gave showing them spiritual light. I'm like, this is a quick leap here, guys.
No,
You're
no.
like,
The beginning of the movie is that whole
this
scene where
must
those
have been like
guys
a
break
year
into
has
that
gone
fucking
by.
library and they decapitate the fucking librarian, and then they
Yeah.
were running through the streets and they're manipulating.
Well, there
this
was
stuff.
that, yeah.
That's
but
how
I'm
it
not-
started. and
I'm
I was
just saying
like,
with his
damn.
character, like
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
they
his
set up
character,
his,
yeah.
it felt so fast for
It-
him
it
to go
jumped
from
through
like
time,
arrogant
though.
scientist
Yes.
who only believes in matter to like, you know, spiritual guy who can open doorways and leave his body, and I'm like, this is hokey. This
It
is
took
hokey.
no. I think you're thinking that went faster than it happened. Because first off,
It was really
they did
fast.
jump in time because
Yeah.
he was
But
researching and
that's what
trying
I'm
to figure
saying. Like,
things
it
out.
should have been bad, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, how did they?
Somehow it worked.
They got some subliminal shit
That
going
scene
on
where
to
she-
make me like it.
that scene where she goes poof, and she knocks him.
I don't trust it.
I think-
I don't-
out of
it
his body.
should have been bad.
She like that forced like out of body experience thing where she. I was like, that's some cool shit.
It was cool. It was like Inception. It was
Yeah,
like this
it
weird
was.
mix of Inception and like 20 other movies
Oh, yeah.
all in one. And I was like, I was into it.
Yeah.
I was into
But
it.
just, to honor you, Neil, Infinity War is coming out.
Get on your
And it's going
knees.
to be the last one.
That's what they
Marvel's gonna
say.
do.
Not really. I
No,
mean,
it's
that
gonna be the
movie's
last
going to
one
come
of
out,
the
and then there's going to
whole-
be 80
this whole
sequels
storyline.
to all the new characters going to introduce in Infinity Wars when they
Yeah.
kill off everyone else.
That's
They're gonna
exactly probably
introduce-
what's going to happen.
So
but
Infinity
Oh.
Wars is
The ending
ending the run for a lot of these main characters.
Yeah.
And it's going to
Avengers.
begin the
but they-
run for all the new characters.
Marvel has 20 other movies
Oh my god!
slotted for the next like 4 years.
It's only getting worse, Diego. It's not getting better. It's getting worse.
I love them. They make so much money for a reason because people do enjoy watching
Yeah.
them. They make
We
money
didn't even
for a
talk
reason.
about
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Well, we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do in the next episode? We're gonna do an all Star Wars themed episode.
Leave
Because there's
the
a lot to
audience
talk
on a
about because we have
cliffhanger.
episode 8 that came out that we didn't talk about a lot. We had episode 8 that came out, and then we have the
The Han
Han
Solo
Solo
film.
Star Wars film
Yeah.
coming out this year.
coming
and
out.
then episode 9, that's coming down, and like we're gonna talk about
JJ!
what that's all about. Yeah,
We should
So
t-
we're gonna talk about that in the
Let's
next
talk
episode.
about it.
We're gonna do a whole Star Wars.
totally
thing.
should.
So
We're
stop
doing a whole
talking.
Star Wars.
It's
thing.
a lot of.
Stop talking about it.
a lot of things to talk about.
Stop talking about it.
There's a lot.
So just stop talking about it.
Aquaman's coming out this year too. By the way, DC.
Stop talking about that too.
He was cool in
Let's
Justice
not talk
League.
about Marvel.
I liked him.
That's DC, Diego.
I want to
Thank you
find
for
out if
correcting
like that
myself.
Snowman movie was any good or not.
Ooh, no.
I'm excited for Mission Impossible
Did it
6.
get bad reviews?
No. Yeah, no.
No, Michael Fassbender.
No.
Okay, but real quick, 2018. I'm excited for Mission Impossible 6. I've really enjoyed.
I'm not.
I know, because you didn't like the last one, which blows
I
the mind.
didn't.
You're the only
No.
one.
No.
You were the only
How
one.
am I the fucking only
That
one?
movie was
What happened
if
in the
it
last
didn't
one?
get a
The last
99
one was the one with the Syndicate.
What was the
Ghost
the,
Protocol.
like, what was the like setup?
The
Like
rabbit
what was
foot.
the what was
the rabbit foot?
Yeah, what was like the MacGuffin that like hooked you in the trailer that made you want to see it?
Oh,
'Cause there's always something. He's jumping off a
I
building.
love
Oh, that's
Mission-
why he's
so
holding on
check
to the
this out.
plane as it takes off.
That was
He
the
really
plane
did that
one?
shit. That was the plane one. Yeah, and
Alright,
that's
that
the
was
first
cool.
30
I
seconds
love
of the
Mission-
film.
I
That's
love-
what was so cool
yeah.
about it. They did it in the first 30
was
seconds.
cool.
Yeah.
I love Mission Impossible.
But that was
I
the
love
one-
the whole storyline. I
Rogue
love the
Nation
mission.
movie.
Everything.
These movies
Rogue
should be
Nation, that's what it
garbage
was.
by now,
And
they're
should,
not.
But they're
not.
good.
not,
They're really
yeah.
good. The reason why I didn't like the last one, it came out around the same time as James Bond came out.
Oh,
And-
Spectre?
Yeah,
Spectre,
Spectre. And
People had mixed
it
feelings
felt
about
like
Spectre. I liked it, but
Spectre took what Mission Impossible had, and Mission Impossible took what Spectre had. Because all the other Mission Impossibles that I've seen, I felt the group. I felt the group of Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah, the group
This last
dynamic,
one,
yeah.
I did not. It felt more about just Tom Cruise and what's his name?
it was him and the chick, right?
It wasn't
confused?
about the chick. It was about the other guy. And I can sit here and say this confidently as Nick shakes his head no.
I was shaking
It
my head
felt-
for fucking 30 seconds.
You were.
I'm getting
But
dizzy.
that's,
I will say that
that's what
Spectre
I
I
never
thought
said
was
it was
a better
so-
movie than
Nick, understand? I
was
didn't say it was a
absolutely not
failure.
a better
Really?
movie. No, the Spectre was good,
What'd you
but
say
it
it
was
was-
not better than Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation was
Ooh.
excellent. Rogue Nation, here's the thing about Rogue Nation. It felt most similar because all those movies are directed by
both
different
felt like
people,
they're missed to
right?
me.
They're all directed by different people, so they all have a different feeling to them. Like
Yeah.
the original
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 was John Woo, the original one was Brian De Palma, the third one was J.J. Abrams, and so on. Fourth one
God,
was
I
Brad
forget.
Bird.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fifth
I
one.
like the one that Brad Bird directed. And
Yeah,
J.J.
fourth one,
Abrams.
yeah.
I thought those
J.J.
were both.
Yeah,
Abrams
they were
was
great.
awesome,
Christopher
yeah.
McQuarrie did this last one. He's actually doing 6. He did 5 and 6. He's the first time a director's coming back. But here's the thing. That movie felt most similar to the original Mission Impossible in terms of theme and feeling. It absolutely did. It went back to that spy genre.
With the twists and turns?
Yes, with the twists and turns and the syndicate and like the fucking like back alley crazy fucking shit. And it was violent and it felt scary. Fourth one didn't feel scary. It didn't. I love the movie. And that thing, Burj Khalifa scene is one of the greatest suspenseful action fucking scenes I've ever seen on film, where he's climbing the Burj Khalifa and
Yeah.
he's really doing it.
Yeah.
That was a banana scene. Great movie, but the villain in that movie was a little bit forgettable.
Who was the villain in that?
He was that Indian guy, remember, at the garage at
Good
the
time
end,
to ask,
where
yeah.
they're trying to
Yeah.
get that case in the garage.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
villain was very forgettable in that movie.
I like Philip
surprisingly.
Seymour Hoffman.
Philip
as the
Seymour Hoffman
villain
was
in
the
the
best.
third one. He
Yes.
was the best.
He was the
J.J.
best.
Abrams knows how to create the proper MacGuffin. He's
Absolutely.
like a master of creating mystery, and it like hooks you.
Yeah, the third
and
one-
he doesn't answer your question.
The third one was the darkest. That was
Yeah.
the darkest movie.
That was, to me, that's like one of the best
where
next
he,
to the
shoot,
first.
where he
is the
starts
best
off
one
with
to
him
me.
shooting his wife in the head. Jesus Christ, that third one was crazy.
Yeah.
There's
The
so
fir-
many twists and turns in that
It's
you're
so
like,
good.
what the fuck is happening?
So the fifth one, though, and the first one was really good. The Brian De Palma did with John Voight and all that. That was what
Yeah.
which set it all up. That was great. And this fifth one felt most similar in terms of tone and theme and stuff as that first
I need to
one.
watch it again. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I
Yeah, you
really
need to watch
suggest-
it again,
I
and
really
then you
suggest
agree with
watching
me.
Rogue Nation. No, I really believe you're gonna believe.
I really believe you're going
hang
to
with
believe
me.
that you're going to believe me.
I think you're gonna hang with me on this one.
I really like Spectre and how it tied all
I
the
like
films
Spectre.
together.
Yeah, and they brought
Like a-
Blofeld back with the
Yeah.
cat. That was Christoph Waltz's character. He's Blofeld from the original. It was like in 2 original Bond films with the cat.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the scar
yeah,
in his eye. That's why he ends up with the scar. He was playing Blofeld, which was a Bond villain from God. Which ones was he in? Fuck shit.
It was, wasn't that what's his name from the Halloween films?
it wasn't Golden.
The actor.
It was,
What, in
he was the one that
newer
had the
film?
like shaved cat, right, or whatever the hairless cat.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the guy that played the
actor.
doctor. The doctor.
Yeah. God, I
God,
forget.
Loomis.
Dr. Loomis. Yeah, I forget what the actor's name is, but he's been in a bunch of stuff. I mean, he passed away, but he was in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like that. I like that dynamic. I feel like Spectre ended abruptly, and then it kind of like the villain became
wasn't-
like that young
Donald Pleasance,
millennial.
yeah.
Donald
Yeah.
Pleasance, yeah, the millennial guy, almost like kind of who's trying to, like spy on everybody all at the
Yeah.
same time, like became the villain. And I was like, I wonder what this is like a last minute change, because you just had this old school villain who was awesome and scary the whole movie.
Yeah.
Now he's dead, and then the villain is like this millennial dude. Oh, he didn't die. I'm sorry, he did come back. And he
I hope
lives,
it
but-
does well. I really do, because I love the Mission Impossible
And
story.
he's not coming
I
back,
really do.
right?
But
We should talk about that for a second.
What, Chris?
What's his name's not coming back to
No,
Bond?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig?
He's
He
being
might be,
offered
yeah.
I forget. I think he finally did sign on for it. Yeah, I think he finally said he's going to do one more. Because he was offered like $75 million to do, or $95 million to do one more.
He's old though. But
He
then
looks-
again,
he was
Sean
great
Connery.
Inspector, though.
Sean Connery's old as shit.
Yeah,
when he did his last one.
people were mixed on. They were conflicted about Spectre, but I thought it was great.
Oh, it
thought
was
really good.
that whole opening sequence to me. I thought was amazing. Like,
Oh yeah, and
it
the
was
last
fantastic.
scene. Yeah, and the last scene too.
Even when they're in the building and
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I feel is happening to, and I hope it doesn't happen to this Mission Impossible. I feel it's being too much a Tom Cruise
What?
and not enough of the team. Because that's, I mean,
Oh,
the
and the
third
new
one
one?
was my favorite.
I like that. Yeah, I actually really like that team.
Yeah, I
Aspect
love
where they're all kind of like working together as like this group that's like outside of.
And I just felt this last one. I'm not
law
saying I
enforcement.
disliked it. I'm just saying I just felt this last one was more about Tom Cruise, which I understood. It was bringing back to what happened to his wife and that whole story and all that.
I honestly don't want him to do another. To be honest with you, I would rather have him do something like Oblivion or something like Edge of Tomorrow.
He's doing
again.
another Edge
They're
of Tomorrow.
doing another. Edge of
Not a
Tomorrow.
sequel to those. I want him to do something original again.
American
like,
Made was really good. You missed
Yeah.
that. You missed that.
like sci-fi. I don't know. That's like.
yeah, American Made though was the thing that I wanted.
Wait, it's American
You said-
Made have a
did you like
sci-fi
Oblivion?
twist?
No.
I loved Oblivion.
Did you? I didn't.
Oblivion
really?
I liked, but Edge of Tomorrow blew my
Yeah,
Anyways.
that was great. Blue, you're what?
All right,
my penal
calm
code.
down.
My penal code. No, but what I was gonna say is American Made was something that I wanted him to go back to because he hadn't been doing just movies that weren't big action, blow 'em up films. Like he's been doing Jack Reacher, Mission Impossible, Edge of Tomorrow.
I wasn't a
All
fan
action.
of the second Jack Reacher.
Yeah,
either,
I thought it was okay. But like all those movies, like they're great, but like I wanted him to get back to the things like your Rain Mans and your A Few Good Men's. Like
Did you see American Made?
Yes, I saw it
You
in
like
theaters.
it?
It was great. Yeah, it was really good. It was good. It was really good. I did enjoy. No, it was great. But I want him to do more. I don't
More
want him
like
just
that?
to, I don't want him just to settle with one and be like, okay, I got one of those out of the way. Let me go do something else. I want him to do a fucking movie with no action in it.
Maybe he's
American
trying-
Made still had action in it because it
The
was like
guy's like
he was
50
a drug
something
runner.
years old. He's trying to get all the action he can get.
I know
Maybe
that is
that's
what he's
what it
doing.
is, yeah.
Maybe
That is
that's
what
what
he's
he
doing.
is.
But I want him to do one without action. Get all the action out of the film and just let's see him with his acting chops again because he was so good. I mean, yeah, A Few Good Men.
I'd love to see him in
Firm,
the comedy.
Jerry
In a
Maguire.
weird way, I feel like Oblivion was like that. I mean, obviously it has some action in it, but it's very much like a non-actiony
it's-
film. It's
it's
just
very
it's
much
like
like
this
both.
heady
Thank you.
science fiction.
It does have both, but yeah, that guy,
But
by the way,
it's not
the
very-
guy who directed Oblivion, Joseph Kosinski, he's doing the next Top Gun film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's directing that, so he's actually because the visuals in Oblivion were
I should
great.
probably finish watching that movie. I don't know how it ends. Do they all die or something?
Let's watch. You got to watch Top. I can't believe you haven't.
You're
seen
the
all
one
Top
that
Gun.
showed it to me, and then we got halfway through, and like everyone was falling asleep or something.
No,
and
you
then-
just walked out. You were like, I gotta
No,
go. I
that's
gotta
not
feed
what
my
hap-
cat. I'm like, you don't own a cat. I don't
that's-
remember. I don't remember why. Because you don't normally stop
we
a
didn't-
movie in the
yeah,
middle.
we did not finish it, and you were like, you paused it, and you were like, oh, we'll just finish it later, and I was like,
I don't usually do that. There was a reason, I think.
it wasn't even that late.
Yeah, and I don't know. It
This
could have
was
been someone
like
Frankie.
this is
though.
like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, it could have been also when Frankie was like newborn. Like my daughter was like
Yeah.
young, and I might have had to do something.
It could have been.
All
Yeah.
right, so there's a lot.
Anyways,
I mean, yeah.
we're all over the place, but
I mean, we really
there's some
are,
good
but this is
movies
great.
coming out, and movies like Top Gun 2 are they're starting production this year. So there's interesting things going into production as well.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of. Cool
there's a
stuff
lot.
coming
Of fucking.
out. Is the new Avatar coming out this year,
No,
or is that next year?
that's next year, I believe, is the second Avatar. But
the new
this
Tomb
is-
Raider. The Tomb Raider film. I
Yeah,
don't
Tomb
know.
Raider's
I'm
coming out.
excited about
But
it.
here's why we're doing the Get to the Movies, because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to go over. There's so much coming out. There's so much going into production. And this is what Get to the Movies is going to be tackling, because we can't tackle it all in a 45-minute to an hour podcast.
Yeah.
We do these podcasts weekly because there's so much to talk about, but we still can't cover it all.
Yeah.
We can't.
So Get to the Movies is our solution for covering it all.
Yes.
We're going to cover the news. We're going to cover the news. We're also going to cover the past stuff, the nostalgic stuff.
Yep.
You know, the movies
Yep.
we grew up with, fun, introspective, or just retrospective videos on just various things.
cover some funnies.
Yeah, just things like that. Just kind of get into it and give you trivia. Our videos are going to have a lot of trivia, a lot of tidbit information that's going to be easily consumed.
We're gonna feed you guys some entertainment shit.
Yeah, that's the idea.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
the idea.
So
Yeah, I mean, you're probably. I mean, and the idea is that we're kind of like, giving you a bunch of stuff of things you probably just didn't know about. You know what I mean? It's like all these like little facts and these little tidbits about something that you love.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I had no idea that
Yeah,
happened,
like
or
we
that
have
was what it
videos
was.
up there now, like that we're releasing on there, like for Thanksgiving, we had one which was like top 5 movies you must watch on Thanksgiving. So that'll give you, okay, good. Here's these movies, ones you do know about, and some information on there that you probably don't know. Yeah. Plus, here's some other ones you may not know about. And then we're doing ones like, what would Ferris Bueller look like if it was made today?
Right.
Or hey, how many movies was Bruce Lee actually in? Because there's all the, if you look at it, you think, oh, Bruce Lee action films, kung fu flicks. There's like 50 of them. It really isn't. There was so much fraud connected with Bruce Lee, Bruce-ploitation is what they called it in the 70s, that it can get very confusing. And then there were so many title changes and fucking weird shit.
It was like the same movie had the title changed multiple times, so people think there's like all these
and when
movies,
in Hong Kong
it
was named one thing, and in America the titles were switched on 2 movies. So like in Hong Kong, they each had each other's titles.
Right.
And so it got so fucked up and so messed up. So we did a whole video clarifying it all, and it's stripping it apart and just saying, "Hey, here it is."
And he was acting in films, and he was like a child.
Yeah, he was an infant.
I had no idea.
His first film, he was an infant.
Yeah,
Golden Dawn or Golden Child.
Crazy,
whatever. Yeah,
like that. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be a lot of that stuff.
We're excited.
We're gonna look back on stuff. We're gonna look forward on stuff. I'm excited. I'm like Diego. That's his motto.
I'm
excited.
Come on,
I'm excited for it. That's what he doesn't know what else to say. When Diego doesn't know what to say, just I'm excited. Like we're just talking about a funeral, dude.
Dude, it gets complicated in my head, man. There's so much shit.
I'm excited for my
up in
complicated
here.
thoughts.
there is so much.
am, dude.
I'm telling you, it's so much.
One last film I just want to say I'm super excited about. I know.
I'm super
we're-
excited.
I'm super excited just because you mentioned.
I'm gonna cut
excited.
it out because we were on a perfect ending. And
No.
If he gets to add another film, I'm gonna add another film.
No.
Go ahead.
Here you go. The Strangers.
Okay.
You feel it? Did you feel it?
What's
Did you
the-
guys
I
feel
haven't-
it?
know,
I
I
felt
haven't-
nothing.
I
I felt
haven't-
nothing.
Why did you
Are
not
you sure
just-
it's in?
Wait,
Are you
hit
sure
me.
it's in? I didn't feel
Strangers.
Who's
anything.
in it?
The second one.
The Strangers.
Remember with Liv Tyler? The first one?
I
talked about- I
That
said,
was a
I think
long
that-
time ago.
I was.
that
I
movie
was.
came
We
out.
did a
Yeah,
podcast, and I was talking about
Strangers.
that movie was one of the movies
a horror
that like,
movie,
scared,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It scared the hell out of me because there was like
The guys
no
come in,
purpose.
they're wearing like the
Yeah,
cloth
there's no-
bags over
they're
their
making
heads
the
and
second
shit.
one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
go to our website, gettothemovies.com. You'll see an article there on it.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Hey, listen. As long as we're on other films, 50 Shades Freed.
Oh, I'm excited about that one.
Freed.
I'm
We're
super
freeing the
excited.
shades.
Yeah.
We're freeing all the shades over all the people.
Are they
I'm
freeing that
super
movie to the
excited.
theaters? Because I'm just not gonna go.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I don't
any
even
of
want to
them.
talk about.
Death Wish, the remake with Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
I
Bruce
feel like
Willis.
Bruce Willis keeps been pumping out these kind of like straight to Netflix type movies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say straight to VHS or DVD, and now it's straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like a bigger film, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
Death Wish is coming to theaters. Eli Roth.
Tomb
And I'm
Raider.
super
Oh,
excited
we have
that
a video up on. You're super excited.
I'm super excited that Liam Neeson's
The commuter, right?
is in the commuter, which
Neeson's.
is Liam Neeson's is basically like Taken / what was that
On a
other
train?
movie? Like on the train, the train movie.
Run all night
Yeah.
and like they
What
hit
was
all
the one
these
where he was
movies.
on the airplane or whatever? It was like oh god,
Shit, I forgot.
it was from the
Airplane?
skit. It was from the skit. It's like, well, what about Liam Neeson's in that? Nonstop.
Nonstop. There you go.
Yeah. Wasn't that a train? Oh, it was a plane.
No,
I
it's
guess
there.
a plane.
He's in an
I'm thinking
airplane.
Unstoppable. Yeah.
It's like I'm just like Liam Neeson is like should not be doing action movies,
But-
yet he continues to make these incredible action
That's
movies.
great. I love watching
and they're
him.
good movies.
They are good. Fuck everybody
Yeah.
that like. If anybody doesn't think so, I love
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. I'll watch him in anything. By the way, we do have a video up on the on the YouTube on our Get to the Movies channel.
Yeah.
It's just by the way, guys, search for a YouTube channel. It's Get to the Movies. That's
With
with
the
the number
number
2.
two.
Just like Get to the Podcast with the number 2. This is Get to the Movies with the number 2.
That's what Diego says all the time.
Space between each word. Get to the Movies. We have our channel there. It's just kind of going up. So subscribe. Just go on, subscribe. Hit your little bell that'll notify you whenever we upload a new video. We'll be uploading weekly videos.
Yeah.
But we have one up there right now because we did a little soft launch, just kind of putting it up there. We weren't really promoting it, just kind of getting the technical aspects of it down. 7 remakes currently in production.
Yeah.
And we talk about Death Wish in there and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Tomb
And
Raider
Yep,
and-
Tomb Raider, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins returns.
Did
Yeah.
that get delayed?
No, it's still releasing this year.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out Christmas Day.
No, next year,
Next year.
2018.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, okay, god damn it, one more movie, The Predator, is coming out this
Oh,
year.
I was just looking at that. I
Yeah.
wanted to say
Yeah.
good man.
Gotta
Good
say
man.
that.
Good man.
Yeah, The
I wanted to
Predator.
name it, yeah.
Fucking Shane Black's directing this one. Wrote it. Jesus Christ, he wrote it with Fred Decker, who directed Monster Squad.
The freaking
Which who
Monster
Shane
Squad.
Black, the freaking Monster Squad, which we talk about in the video.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is The Predator. I
It's
just want to see what's
exciting.
going to go on. I just want to see what's going to happen in it.
Rennie Harlan did a great job with Predator 2.
Did Remy
This
Harlan direct
Remy
that?
Harlan.
Jesus Christ.
Who
Who did
directed
Die Hard 2.
2, which is also a
Also
stellar
great.
film.
Yeah, and he also did
I
Long Kiss
enjoyed that.
Goodnight.
Long Kiss
And
Goodnight.
Cutthroat
Oh my
Island.
gosh.
And Cutthroat Island, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a Pirates of the Caribbean before Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But
He was
and he
very-
also did Deep Blue Sea. So watch
That's
that.
right.
Samuel Jackson's in it. It's
Yep.
great. He
That's
gets eaten
right.
by a shark.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
During an impassioned speech.
During
stuff.
an
We gotta get them. We gotta. Oh man, that was amazing.
So here's the great
no,
thing.
we're gonna get up. We're gonna get the hell out of here. We're gonna fight these sharks. And literally a shark
Comes
beats him.
up.
Doesn't he blink right before he's actually taken down into the water?
He's like, what? Like
yeah.
it's like this shock on his
Oh,
face.
this-
and
yeah,
then-
the teeth are just like
how does? But the shark is the
piercing
size
his
of like a
body.
bus, and it like jumps out of the water, bites him, and then pulls
because they're
him back
smart.
in.
They're smart.
They're
too.
genetically engineered super sharks.
Yeah.
Ooh yeah.
I love that movie. LL Cool
That's
J
just a
as
great
as movie. Anyway, so there you go. That's 2018. There's a lot to talk about. This is the first
So
of
much.
52 episodes for the year.
Oh my gosh.
And get to the movies. Website is live. YouTube channel's live. Still stuff we're tweaking on these areas. But we love your feedback on anything that you think. You can email us.
Spam the hell out of Nick.
You can send us messages on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. You can message us on any of these platforms and just say, hey, I had a suggestion of blah, or hey, I don't love this. Any feedback is great when we're just starting this thing out. We're still tweaking things, dealing with some technical stuff. That's just to be expected in the beginning. We're handling this thing as well as we can. We're writing articles. We're editing videos together. So it's a lot of work, but
we're having
there's
fun.
a lot of technical aspects to it
We're
too.
having fun, right?
Yeah,
We're having fun.
Yeah,
We're
and
having
that's
fun.
we want you guys to be involved. We want you guys to be a part of it because if you love films, come be a part of it. Join our group and talk about it. Talk about the films. Talk about what we're doing. Tell us, hey, I would love to hear about this. I would love to hear your opinions on this films. Yada yada.
Or can you talk more about new films or more about
Exactly.
old films or whatever? Like we are not locked or pigeonholed into any generation or genre of film even.
Can Nick stop posting personal pictures? Yeah, we'll do all that. We'll make sure that everything is covered. No.
What?
That didn't land.
I was gonna say something. I was like, I'm just gonna look at you
I laughed.
stoically.
I laughed.
I'm not even gonna crack
I
a
did
smile.
like a quiet laugh. I did like an internal
I do this.
chuckle.
I do this deadpan thing where I don't even crack a smile. Anyways,
He thought it was funny.
yeah, I did.
I did.
I like
Yeah, you
this movie.
did.
So, anyways, get to the movies. That's what it's called.
GetToTheMovies.com. That is with the number 2 also.
Yes, and this is Get to the Podcast, part of the Get to the Movies network.
Let me
part of the
clarify.
And all of these will be linked in the Get to the Podcast
Yep.
on iTunes.
Yeah,
and all
everything's
that
gonna.
stuff, so,
right.
It's
yeah.
a circle of love. It's gonna be interlinked. I don't know.
A circle jerk.
So I'm gonna clarify everything. So go to Get to the Movies. That's GetToTheMovies.com with the number 2 to see Get to the Podcast, which used to be Get to the Podcast with the number 2, but still is Get to the Podcast with the number 2. But now it's Get to the Movies with the number 2. So just go to GetToTheMovies.com with the number 2.
Does this guy
and you'll
sound
find
micro
every
machines? 'Cause I don't know what
motherfucking
this
thing.
is.
Jesus.
Boom!
Wow.
Boom!
There you
I
go.
like it. I
And
like
if
it.
you're already following us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, we are going to be changing that handle as long as they'll let us to Get to the Movies.
Yeah.
So you're don't worry, we're not flipping anything up on you. We're just expanding it.
We're not leaving anybody behind.
Yeah, it's still going to have the podcast news. Anything we're doing with the podcast is still going to be on there, but we're going to expand it and increase that. But it's just kind of it's just jumping up to Get to the Movies.
I'm
So,
excited.
there you go.
And have a happy New Year.
Yeah. Hey, happy
Happy
New Year.
New Year.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming in on this this adventure into the new year with us. We've appreciated you guys listening. We don't do this weekly just for ourselves. Now, we do enjoy just sitting here talking with each other. We do it whether the mics are on or not. But we do enjoy that there's a bunch of people out there who listen. We have diehard fans. We have people who listen in every week. And
That was our biggest
we
problem.
do it for you guys, really.
That was our biggest problem. When the mics went off, we kept talking. We kept talking. There was so much content. We had to figure out ways to give it to you guys.
Yeah.
So
And
we
that's
did.
Get to the
That's
Movies.
true.
And that's Get
That's
to
the
the Movies,
solution.
yeah. Cool.
If we could, we'd give you like a 6-hour podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've had trouble.
Of us just rambling into
Stopping.
like talking about like astral projection, and then talking about like ant colonies, and talking about towels and
We made
wall
Lord of the Rings
colors.
feel
Stream
like
of consciousness.
Yeah,
we made
it's-
Lord of the Rings feel like a 30-minute trilogy.
Yeah, exactly.
It
But
would
thank
be
you
the
guys-
most non sequitur. Yeah. Anyway, No. I would derail. That's
Yeah,
what I-
exactly.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my gosh.
I'm derailing right now. Am
You
I?
are.
Is that what
You
I'm
won't
doing?
let him wrap up the podcast.
See, that's
Oh, you
trying.
got it. I'll let y'all stop. I'll stop.
No, that's the great thing about it. We always have Neil at the end once wanting to add his topic.
He's the
True.
worst.
We get close to the end, and I'm like, oh, we're stopping. I should like.
You're
keep us
such a
going.
goddamn troll. That's all it is.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us at Get to the Podcast, which also is now gettothemovies.com with the number 2. My name is Tiago D'Souza,
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
and we'll see you in 2018, which is now.
Yeah, we're already there, dude.
I'm late.
You could have said that in the last
Shit, yeah.
episode.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll
Alright,
see you on gettothemovies.com and our Get to the Movies YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all social
Yeah.
media platforms.
Booyah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.
Wait.
Why?
What?
Yeah, no, that's it. We're
Oh,
done.
it?
are we
Yeah,
done?
cool.
Is that it?
Really?
Another night, another dream, but always you. Like a big.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.